What happened? Is Mavic just gone?
No, he's over here.
Oh, I don't see him. Oh.
Oh my.
What?
Oh my.
I just popped to it. So I just got one shot by a warden. And as if that wasn't already bad enough, it happened during what was genuinely one of the most important fights of my life. And to fully understand just how tragic me dying here was, I need to take you guys back. Back to when I first joined this season of Lifesteal and was trying to take down the server's strongest player, Pangy. Him and his allies have been killing players left and right on the server. And because this server has a plugin where every time you kill someone, you steal one of their hearts, him and his friend Radoons are now at 20 hearts and unstoppable. However, a few months ago, I successfully managed to steal 10 hearts off of Pangy by going to his house in real life and typing a command on his computer. Honestly, it's his fault for letting me get away with that. Oh my god. But anyways, now here we are on my first day on the server, and he's about to kill me in the exact same cave where I took his hearts. I don't know what that means.
Oh, you don't?
What does the word debt mean? Can you explain, please?
Oh, well, so basically,
yeah, what does
you
that
owe
mean?
me crazy amounts of hearts, and if you don't give them to me right now, you will have some trouble.
Not a big trouble fan.
Not a big trouble fan, huh?
Yeah, not really.
Alright, so I got a deal for you.
Okay, what's the deal?
Where are you?
Not important. Why?
I just want you to apologize.
Pangy, I'm sorry for stealing 5 of your hearts.
Alright, we're good now. That's all I wanted to say. Have a great day.
Okay. So somehow, I was able to get out of there without losing a single heart. And to make sure nothing like this happens again, I decided I probably need to find myself some teammates. However, something you guys probably don't know is that I'm joining the server like a month after it started, so everybody kind of already is in their own little cliques, which means that finding myself a teammate is going to be unbelievably hard. However, thanks to my shenanigans at Pangy's house, a player by the name of Rochambeau was on good terms with me, meaning that there was a good chance that he'd let me into his team known as Team Awesome, led by him and his friend Mapic. However, when I messaged them, they said that they were a little busy with a private project, so I guess for now, all I can really do is just continue mining and hope nothing bad happens to me. Oh goodness, okay, I'm playing too risky, I can't be doing this. Oh my god, he's here. Oh. Okay.
What's up, Zam?
Hi.
Hey.
Alright, let's talk.
What are you doing in this mine shaft, Zam?
I'm just chilling. I'm doing nothing wrong.
Give me your pickaxe. Give me your pickaxe. Give me your blocks.
Okay, I'll give you my pickaxe.
Hurry on.
Yeah, there's really no getting out of this one, really. Oh god.
So, about the debt, give me your water bucket.
I'm not giving you my water bucket. No.
Give me your water bucket.
It has a lot of sentimental value. You don't want to take it from me. I promise. Listen, stop.
Drop it. Alright, okay. So, you remember getting those 10 hearts away from me.
Please don't.
You remember.
Please.
You were laughing, and you shook hands with me IRL, where you would give me 5 of your hearts. I'm not the worst guy in the world, but I'm sorry.
No, don't do it. No, please. I'll talk to you. Let me talk.
So you're gonna give 5 hearts? I don't need the 5 hearts.
I'll drop it. Please. Just stop. I'll drop them, please. Listen, let's talk, all right? Let's talk. Let's talk, all right? Let's talk. Please. Water. Okay, to be honest, this death was actually pretty deserved. I literally went to his house and stole his hearts. And besides, 9 hearts, 10 hearts, it doesn't make that much of a difference. Anyways, now we're 1,000 blocks away from spawn and working on a base. I decided to call this base New Sylvington, named after a base I had on an older server. And while I was here, I was freaking out, okay? Because I was on hold with Team Awesome, I didn't want to find any new teammates. And because of that, every time someone logs on, I get unbelievably afraid and assume they're hunting me down. For example, this is a clip of me hiding in a 2x1 hole because a player named Woogie told me he was gonna kill me. He didn't even know where this base was. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make was that I was scared, okay? But after 4 days of grinding on the server nonstop, I finally had enough gear to calm down and stop being on edge all the time. So much so that I decided to visit another player's base. You see, it hasn't been all that bad on the Lifesteal SMP because a few days ago, I found RecRap2's base, which was like 50 blocks away from mine in the nether, making us neighbors in my eyes. So when he invited me to his friend Bacon Waffle's base, I decided to say yes and go with them. It was this big thing. We were inviting a bunch of players to Bacon's base in order to start what they called a function. And it was actually really cool. I had a lot of fun. But then we were attacked by 2 familiar faces. Now you're probably thinking, Radoons and Pangy, they're the villains. It's gotta be them. But it was actually Mavic and Rochambeau, the people I was supposed to team with. They just started jumping me out of nowhere. Why? What did I do? I was so in disbelief that I didn't even think they were actually trying to kill me until like 30 seconds later. I kind of just sat there and curled into a ball as they beat me up. And after my new friends saw this, they began fighting back against them. But because Ro and Mapik are really good at PvP, my friends were getting obliterated. So I had no choice but to fight Ro and Mapik.
Wait, no. This. I came prepared, bro. Nah, I came prepared. Mapik's dead.
Wrong guy. Where are you going?
My heart is in my stomach, bro.
They're on me, like real bad. They're on me
No,
real
don't worry.
Mapik's about to die, bro.
Yeah, Mapik's so done, bro.
Wait, no, he was low. Yeah, Ro was low.
I went the wrong way.
I'm 1v1ing Mapik and it's
Are
going
you good
crazy
over
in
there,
my
Sam?
favor. No, it's going crazy in my favor, bro. He's stasis, I think.
Mapik and Ro managed to escape from me and my friends using a stasis chamber. And let me be honest with you all, I was really mad about this, okay? First of all, the people I'm supposed to be teamed with start jumping me out of nowhere. And then on top of it, they say I was caught in the crossfire, which was a blatant lie. They started killing me first. What? Clearly, I was the main target of this attack for whatever reason, which really shifted my viewpoints on everything that's happened so far. Previously, I thought Mapik and Ro were supposed to be the heroes of this server, trying their hardest to put a stop to Radoons and Pangy. However, after seeing how they just tried murdering multiple innocent players, it's clear to me that Mapik and Ro are just as bloodthirsty as Radoons and Pangy, and both of these groups need to be put to a stop. However, I'm just one person. I can't really do that on my own. Lucky for me, my friends from the function were still kind of mad about the fight that we just had, so I proposed to them an offer. If they were to make a temporary alliance with me just for today, I would lead them to Mapik and Ro's base and we could all get our revenge. And surprisingly, all of them agreed, including players that weren't even at the fight. I had a few doubts about this team. For example, Woogie is an ally of Radoons and Pangy and literally threatened to kill me earlier in this video. But I guess if I want to get my revenge on Mapik and Ro, I need to bite the bullet and just work with these guys, just for today. So after brewing potions for all of us, I began marching my army towards Mapik and Ro's base.
Let's go! I don't have arrows. It's not the time for this.
Get him, Breck. Breck, if we get him cornered, we win.
I got him.
I got him.
He's trapped. He's gone. He's getting flipped.
Bro, exploded.
Ro is not.
That's conflicting thing.
He's Mario Karting away.
Goodness.
Mario Karting. He's on a boat.
Bro is still at the village. He's over here behind you.
I hope I get a sniper. No, get the boat.
Unfortunately, because Mapik and Ro's base was right next to a frozen ocean, they were able to use the ice around them to boat out of the fight, escaping us almost immediately. After this, me and my friends went to their base and just stole everything that we could. So overall, I'd say this was a pretty big success for us. After this fight, I broke up our temporary alliance and went back to my base. Speaking of which, my base Sylvington now has 2 new residents. Nippy Doodle, my beloved pet frog, and Walter, my beloved pet goat. Now, both of these guys were super important. Walter will be a little later in the story, but Nippy Doodle attracted a player named The Terrain to my base. You see, Terrain had a frog of his own that was kidnapped just the other day, and he was looking for help anywhere he could, and I was gladly offering it. So the two of us began searching for clues around the server, when all of a sudden we were approached by none other than Pangy. It turns out that Pangy and Terrain both owned pet frogs and kind of had this frog duo thing going on, so Pangy felt sort of obligated to help us look. And after spending the whole day with these guys, looking around for clues, interrogating random players, and just having fun together, I learned a lot more about Pangy. It turns out that ever since the first day of the server, Pangy has actually never gotten into a fight that he started. After he reached 20 hearts, he decided to stop using violence and began living in peace. All he wanted to do was just build around spawn, but for whatever reason, he kept getting provoked by players like Mapik and Ro. And it was at this moment I realized I was wrong. Everything I thought I knew about the Lifesteal SMP was completely upside down. Mapik and Rochambeau have been the villains from the start. Not only do they kill innocent players for no reason, but they've also destroyed the entirety of the end. And when it was time for the server to fight the dragon, instead they were greeted by Mapik and Ro, who slaughtered every single one of them. There was no doubt in my mind now that they were the villains. But one part of the equation was still missing. who was going to be the heroes to stop them. Pangy and Radoons refuse to fight. They will only fight unless they are provoked, meaning that Mapik and Rochambeau are completely unopposed. There was nobody to stand up for all the innocent players that were getting slaughtered left and right by them. Nobody except for me. I had an idea. If I were to form a team with Pangy and Radoons, then got into a fight with Mapik and Rochambeau, they would have no choice but to help me, which would in turn lead to us taking down Mapik and Ro and fixing the server once and for all. So now, all I had to do was figure out how to join Radoons and Pangy. So I logged onto the server to begin planning, when all of a sudden, Pangy asked me to join his call to tell me something massive. It turned out that my pet goat Walter had been kidnapped by Mapik and Ro's allies, the NPPP. And after Pangy told me this, I was furious. If these players were willing to kidnap the pet of someone who hasn't done anything to them, imagine what they're doing to the countless other innocent players on this server. This was the final nail in the coffin. I now knew for a fact that I needed to take down these players. However, before I was able to do anything against them, Pangy then continued the story and told me that he got Walter back. I was so relieved. Walter could have been kidnapped or worse, killed. But now he was safe, and on top of that, I could now ask Pangy to help me get my revenge. I was about to become Pangy's ally without lifting a single finger. Everything was going perfectly. But then... My beloved pet goat was drowned by Pangy, and although it was an accident, I couldn't forgive him. Walter was really special to me. I'd always let him run around the base and go wherever he wanted. Sometimes he'd ram into me while I was in the middle of doing something important, and I'd always find it super funny. But now he's dead, so that's gone forever. After watching this happen, I decided to leave the call with Pangy and go back to my base. Once again, everything I thought I knew about Lifesteal was upside down. Everything I said about Pangy, Mapik, Ro, all those guys was completely false. And on top of that, I now know that there are no heroes or villains on this server. Everybody is just as guilty as everyone else. We've all killed, we've all stolen, we've all lied. We're all just as bad as the other. And I mean, after all, this is a world built entirely on stealing other people's lives. And in a world like that, I can't be wasting my time thinking about morals. If I wanted to protect the only pet I still had, I needed to become my worst self. So naturally, I approached the people that I previously thought were the worst people on the server, Mapik and Rochambeau, and asked to join their side once again. And what do you know? Considering we had a common enemy, they decided to say yes this time. I was now solely driven by revenge, because that's all that mattered to me. I needed to avenge my goat no matter what. Even if it got me banned from the server, I would do anything to get my revenge on Pangy. And conveniently for me, Mapik and Rochambeau already had a plan, so I decided to spend the rest of my day at Walter's grave. This area was really significant to me because I came here on the first day of the server and thought it was the most beautiful landscape I'd ever seen, so I figured it was the most fitting place for me to leave Walter behind. However, I couldn't mope around here forever. If I wanted to make sure that everything would be alright for me, I needed to keep going. So I got on a call with Mapik and Rochambeau and they began explaining the plan to me. Okay, so in order for me to officially join Team Awesome, I needed to help Mapik and Ro kill Pangy today. And at first, I was a little skeptical because, you know, they tried killing me earlier in this video. But then I found out Mapik and Ro only did that because they thought I was allied with Pangy. So now that I knew I could probably rely on Mapik and Ro, I was more than okay with helping them with this mission. Anyways, let me explain the plan. Basically, Pangy and Radoons are about to fight this Clownpierce guy because Clownpierce stole Pangy's frog. And as soon as their fight ended, the three of us would jump into the battle and kill whoever was still standing. It was a foolproof plan that was guaranteed to help us get some hearts and revenge on Pangy, which is more likely because it's a 2v1. Clown is not gonna win this. So all three of us got our invis ready and began watching the fight. And would you look at that? Clownpierce is winning! Oh my god! And then all of a sudden, Pangy and Radoons disappear from the fight. You know what else is going to disappear soon? This part of the video. Pangy and Radoons disappeared from the fight using a stasis chamber, which was super unfair because they've been preparing for this fight for like weeks. And considering Clownpierce managed to hold his own in a 2v1, we were unbelievably impressed and wanted to help him out. So we began searching the server for Pengy Radoons and their ally Woogie. And as soon as we reached the nether roof, we just saw them in the distance. And after realizing we were following them, they decided to split up. So Maypig and Ro went after Woogie and Radoons, and I had Pengy all to myself. It was finally time for me to get my revenge for Walter. I was going to avenge my pet goat no matter what. Even though he had 11 more hearts than me, I was still gonna try my hardest to avenge my goat. It was finally time for me to fight Pengy.
Positive. No, negative 120. Negative 120. Okay.
Oh wait, guys, we're running into you. Wait, guys, who is this? There's a person with me and Wookie. Or with what's up, bro?
I poison.
Who's me?
I'm trying.
Let's go!
Not my turn. Just crit him out. PrinceZam could survive this, but not you, Pengy. Sorry. Not Prince Pierce.
He's done, bro. He's done.
My bad.
Don't do that, Smoke.
Yeah!
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. It may have took me losing the pet that I cared about the most, but I was finally able to take down Pengy. And on top of that, I was now an official member of Team Awesome. However, little did I know, everything was about to take a turn for the worse. And that's because somebody is turning all of my builds on this server into obsidian. And I want to make it my mission to find out who's doing this and put a stop to them once and for all. However, this would be a lot harder than I expected because the player who's doing this is completely anonymous and seemingly only strikes in the middle of the night when no one is online. So to find out more about this player, I decided to head to spawn and begin looking for clues. However, when I got there, I was shocked to see that spawn was more than just covered in obsidian. Everything was completely destroyed, including most of the builds I just showed you. And in their place were signs, cryptic messages from the player doing this, who is now going under the alias Medusa. These signs claimed that by covering spawn in obsidian, it would be eternalized, never to be destroyed again. But this was a massive contradiction because due to the obsidian, a lot of builds are just being destroyed and replaced with nothing. I was absolutely furious and wanted to get to the bottom of this more than anything. I mean, how could I not be mad? Medusa's main reasoning was already flawed, proven by the fact that Jaren's pig statue is now just a massive crater and that my courthouse is just absolutely missing. So to showcase my anger, I left behind a sign for Medusa, with the main message being that I was going to kill them and stop at nothing until I did. However, there's still one big piece of information I haven't told you guys about yet. I am currently on 5 hearts, man. Now you're probably wondering, PrinceZam, how exactly are you on 5 hearts? Well, on the Lifesteal SMP, every time you kill someone, you steal one of their hearts, and every time you die, you lose a heart. And I have to explain this in every video, man. There are new people watching me like every day, I think. But you're probably still wondering, how? How did you lose that many? Well, it all started with a silly little bet me and my friends made. My closest ally, Maypig, found this cool idea for a prison and decided to trap 2 players inside of it. And if they managed to escape somehow, our entire team would give away 4 of our hearts to the players that rescued them. And surprise, surprise, we lost the bet, so now I'm on 4 hearts. And thanks to my massive heart disadvantage, I'm kind of useless right now. Conveniently, however, there's already a team of people trying to stop Medusa. So all I had to do was DM them and I'd get a bunch of free information. And after DMing one of the main players going after Medusa for a bit, he finally decided to get into a call with me and my friend Ashwag.
Why do you sound like that? Oh my.
What? That was so mean.
No, I mean the mic.
Wait, is this not on my mic?
Okay, now that you have anxiety,
No, my
tell
mic
us
is
everything
fine.
you know.
You said I was mid, and now I'm upset.
I did say
You shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't be
No.
upset. No,
I-
Tell us everything you know about Medusa.
I'm not telling you anything.
Why?
I don't know if I can. There's like plans that have already been made, and I don't know if I can like leak the plans because the plans are cool and stuff. So I can't.
Hey,
really
I'm
state
Team
what
Awesome.
Medusa
You can
is.
leak them to me. I don't know about Ashwag.
I can give you the name as long as you're not like gonna do anything with it.
Ready to find out who Medusa is.
It's Pofa.
What? Pofa being Medusa was a massive curveball for me, as throughout the server, he's been known as quite a neutral player. So him being the person covering all of Spawn and Obsidian just seemed out of character to me. On top of all of that, he was the main person cleaning up after Medusa's Obsidian. But then again, that would be the perfect alibi, as where else would he be getting the Obsidian to continue being Medusa? Eventually, Maypig decided to log on and began telling me the full details of everything that's gone down. After a war between my team and a player named Jaren, spawn was left completely desolate and destroyed, filled to the brim with ugly statues of pigs. And because Pofa was the one to clean it all up, he decided that in order to get revenge, he'd cover everything in spawn with obsidian. And to avoid any suspicion, he'd clean it all up afterwards, allowing himself to look innocent as well as never running out of obsidian. However, Pofa was unbelievably sloppy, as with every build turned into obsidian, he'd leave behind a sign, hinting at what the next build to be covered in obsidian would be. For example, after my courthouse was covered in obsidian, Medusa hinted that the boat would be the next thing to go. So to combat this, Mapic and Ro destroyed the entirety of the boat, but before they did, Pofa managed to get a schematic, aka an exact layout of what the boat looked like. And what do you know, despite it not being there, the boat was still covered in obsidian. And considering Pofa was the only person with the schematic, he was the only person who possibly could have done this. And to top it all off, in the statistics tab, you can see exactly how much obsidian you've placed. And when Mapic and Rochambeau asked Pofa for his obsidian stats, he was reluctant, but eventually ended up sending a screenshot with the count lower than a screenshot he sent just a few weeks prior. Meaning the screenshots he was sending were edited to be lower than his actual count, which 100% proved that Pofa was Medusa. He was the man behind all of this destruction. Everything at spawn was ruined because of him. And with the help of my teammates, I was going to make him pay for it. No matter what it took, I was going to take Pofa down and stop his Medusa project once and for all. And after telling all of that to Mapic, he decided to let me in on the plan to take down Medusa. Mapic and Ro had thought up a very simple yet effective plan. We were going to invite the entire server to spawn to reveal who Medusa was once and for all, as well as providing all of the evidence. And after proving to the server that Pofa was Medusa, we'd ask them all to join us and then defeat Pofa together. Afterwards, Pofa would respawn at his bed, which was now covered in obsidian, because he placed obsidian everywhere. It's like a punishment. It's like poetic justice or something. I don't know. Anyways, the only problem with our plan was that Pofa could just move his bed before the meeting, and there would be nothing we could do to stop him. So we kind of just had to hope our plan would work. But before any of that, I wanted to tell you guys that at the end of the year, I'm gonna be building a cactus that's as tall as my subscriber count, all within a world that has no build limit. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to break it down and watch it all fall live on stream. So if you want a spot in the mega massive awesome PrinceZam cactus, then just subscribe and you'll be getting one. It's as easy as one click and costs you literally nothing. Anyways, back to catching Medusa. So the next day comes around and it's time for the trial. However, I'm not really there because I'm waiting at Pofa's base to pull a stasis for Mapic, as well as confirming that Pofa respawned at his bed. Anyways, the trial begins and Rochambeau starts giving out all the evidence. However, most of the server isn't really paying attention because they think that this is some kind of big trap. This is pretty bad because if we failed to convince people that Pofa was Medusa, then not only would Pofa go unpunished for his crimes, but it would also cause our team to lose our credibility, which would lead to the server losing their trust in us. Eventually, Ro is able to clutch up and get the server's attention again, providing some final points against Pofa, and finally convincing everybody to believe that Pofa was Medusa. And just as we predicted, as soon as Ro started attacking Pofa, the rest of the server followed suit. And shortly after, Pofa was dead and Mapic and I were in his base by his bed. However, Pofa wasn't there. Just as we had feared, he set his bed somewhere else. And after he respawned wherever he did, he convinced the server that he was innocent once again, discrediting me and my team and causing us to lose the support of the server. This led to accusations getting thrown everywhere. Nobody knew who to suspect anymore, and literally everybody on the server was being accused. Even players that hadn't logged on in months were being accused of being Medusa. And to top it all off, even I was convinced that Pofa wasn't Medusa anymore. But before I could come up with any theories at all, my teammates called me with some new information.
You want to introduce the main topic of this conversation, Ro?
Yeah, I guess I will. The main topic of the conversation is that me and Mapic are Medusa.
And just like that, everything began to click together. Ever since the very beginning, Mapic and Ro have been behind everything. They've lied to every single player on the server, including one of their closest allies. And on top of that, pinned all of their crimes on a player who is completely innocent. My closest allies, the people I thought I could trust, have practically betrayed me. Most of the builds at spawn that they turned into obsidian were built by me, their teammates. Did this mean that throughout this entire thing, they didn't stop to consider once how I'd feel about all of this. Did this mean that they don't care about me anymore? After all we've been through, the countless battles we fought together, were they finally done with me? My mission on this server at this moment is to stop Medusa. And if my closest allies are Medusa, what does this mean for me? Obviously, I can't go against the only people that'll stand to fight with me. But at the same time, I can't stand for what they've done. One of the very few things I care about on the server is how spawn looks like. Meaning that if spawn doesn't look its greatest, I'll get really mad. I spend so much of my time trying to fix and clean up after everybody on this server, just for it to get turned into obsidian by my own allies. I was more than furious with this revelation, but at the same time, I began to sit down and think about it. Despite all my best efforts to clean up spawn, people keep destroying it no matter what. Most of the time, just for my reaction. So instead of making this into a big problem, I should turn it into an opportunity. Rochambeau and Mapic just gave me the chance to get revenge on everybody who's bullied me for cleaning up this server. And after thinking about that some more, my thirst for vengeance against everyone who's destroyed spawn outweighed whatever hatred I had towards Medusa. So I finally came to the conclusion that instead of trying to stop Mapic and Ro, I was gonna put my morals aside and become a part of Medusa. After discussing with Mapic and Ro for a bit, they revealed to me that their master plan had just failed. They wanted to frame Pofa as Medusa and then ban him so that the server would think that the threat of Medusa would be gone forever. Then, when everyone least expected it, they turned the entire server into obsidian all in one night. But because Pofa wasn't banned or even looks like he's Medusa anymore, people are still AFKing the server overnight to watch for Medusa. So while we were looking for a new person to frame, Mapic and Ro got me to log on during school hours so that I could turn my own fishing hut into obsidian. It was a little bit of a bittersweet task, but in the end, I managed to get it done without anyone logging on. Afterwards, I went downstairs to get myself some water and came back to see Pofa online. I had fallen right into his trap. What Mapic and Ro forgot to tell me is that in order to check which players are online overnight, the players watching the server keep their accounts logged off and then have a bot log them in every 5 minutes to check the tab list. On top of that, while they're logged off, the bot every now and then hits the refresh button and checks the server list through the multiplayer menu. Meaning there was like a 90% chance Pofa saw me online. However, later that day, Pofa told me something unbelievably interesting. While DMing him about something unrelated, he mentioned how frustrating it was to be unable to catch Medusa. His main goal on the server right now is to clear his name by finding out who Medusa is, yet every night when he sets up his bot, he never sees anybody log on. And then he added onto it by saying the only person he saw log on last night was me. Meaning that I was caught red-handed, yet Pofa couldn't believe for a second that I was Medusa. And after he told me this, I wanted to question him more, but then I got an idea. If we could ban somebody that everybody, including Pofa, agrees is Medusa, then Mapic and Ro can turn the entire server into obsidian in one night just like they wanted to. However, finding the perfect person to frame would be really hard. They had a really good thing going with Pofa because he kept making himself look guilty. But then I thought about it more. What if the person we were framing wasn't someone random? What if it was somebody who was in on it from the start? What if the person that we framed was none other than me?
Somebody's petrified. It's Zam! Bro just logged! Bro, we just found Medusa. It's Zam!
Actually?
That's so funny.
After filming this clip, we held a trial exactly like the one with Pofa and showed everybody this footage. And immediately afterwards, Mapic and Ro got Pofa to ban me from the server, ridding us of Medusa once and for all, or so everybody thought. That very same night, Mapic and Rochambeau got together to revive me and finally turn the entire server into obsidian. After months of my builds constantly getting destroyed, things were finally perfect. Everything was covered in obsidian, eternal, never to be destroyed again. We'd successfully turned the entirety of the Lifesteal SMP into an indestructible utopia. And all that was left to do was rid our utopia of anybody who stood against us. Because unfortunately for us, most players on the server didn't understand why we needed to do this. So to prove that we were in the right, we decided to hold a battle at spawn. Our ideals versus their ideals. A battle for the sake of Lifesteal SMP. And despite us being heavily outnumbered, the three of us didn't waver for a second. And as soon as our enemies came through the portal, the fight had begun.
Clown subs and Planet Army. I'm 1v1. I'm like focusing Planet though. It's going really well.
here. Let's go.
Plant pop turtle. Or, I mean,
Clutch.
sorry. Spoke. Then.
They're focusing. They're leading us. Wow. Yeah, they're definitely leading us.
Plan's under the bridge right now. I'm 1v1ing planet right now. I pop planet.
Nice,
Plan's on me, plan's on me. Hey, Clomper, just calm down, man. Oh, no. Clown almost popped me. I got out of it. Crap.
Is anyone with you?
Running out of pots really fast.
I'm with you.
Crap.
I got you.
They're all chasing me down here.
Hey guys, stop freaking out. For real.
Okay.
We'll be fine. Hold your ground. We got it.
Crap.
Alright, here we go. I'm back in it.
Four on me.
I see you. I'm with you.
Look at them all, bro.
There's a lot. I'm hitting planet a lot. Crap, I need to pearl out. Oh, God.
Here we go.
Immediately. Uh-oh.
You're good. I'm here.
Yeah, come on. We got this, bro.
Bad.
Maybe no!
Clubs.
I'm not winning that. I'm
Also not looking good. Zen, where are you?
In the
Go
water.
for subs, bro. You got it. Just keep on subs. You can win.
What?
I was that low?
Bro, it's just me! We're gonna have to 1v everyone.
Stay alive.
Oh, class,
Just stay alive.
I'm trying. Yeah, this is inevitable. There's nothing I can do.
Wait. Just stay alive.
I popped again.
Just stay alive. Survive.
I can't. I body pearled. Oh, God. No. This is the enemy now. I'm out of pearls. Barely running.
Stay alive.
Oh, no. It's over. They're all critting it. Yep, there I go. GG's.
So there it was. With the three of us dying in this battle, Medusa was officially gone. After our loss, Rochambeau decided to give a speech in front of the entire server. He told everyone that we conceded, and that instead of continuing to fight, we should just work together and clean up what we still had. And believe it or not, everybody on the server came together to start mining down all the obsidian we had placed. However, there was still one thing that was left unresolved. Ever since I joined Medusa, I never actually wanted to turn the server into obsidian. Sure, I wouldn't want to live on a server where spawn is completely destroyed, but I also wouldn't want to live on a server where spawn is completely covered in obsidian. We shouldn't have to go this far just to keep spawn safe. There could have been better solutions, but instead of telling that to Ro and Mapik, I decided to keep it to myself. I was too scared of how they'd react and just chose to bottle up my emotions. So to solve my issue, I began putting on an act. I started pretending as if I was completely on board with what Mapik and Ro wanted. I pretended that I wanted to turn the entire server into obsidian. But now that Medusa was defeated, I'm back to being lost. Do I tell Mapik and Ro that I thought Medusa was a bad idea? Or do I double down and continue pretending I'm completely on board with what Mapik and Ro want? If I ended up choosing option 1, I'd go back to being completely alone on this server, and that's something I really didn't want. So I ended up choosing option 2. However, this time around, instead of being as bad as them, I was going to go out of my way to be worse than them. However, I can't really achieve this goal right now, since after the massive fight we just had, all I have are diamond pants. Please don't laugh at me, oh my god. Anyways, let me introduce you to my awesome plan to get rich. Step 1, sell your soul to this guy named Leowook and buy a membership to a store known as the APO. Step 2, convince him you're one of the richest players on the server so that he lets you in. Step 3, buy a full set of netherite off of him. And step 4, go on a killing spree against the entire server and become the most evil player like you wanted to. But wait, dramatic plot twist. My closest ally Mapik thinks that me joining the APO is betraying him somehow. Like, all I did was sign up for this kid's store. I just did the Minecraft equivalent of buying a Costco membership. But nope, PrinceZam has to be betraying Mapik somehow. So yeah, I just lost the trust of the guy that I'm doing all of this for. And to make matters worse, Leowook's store just got robbed of literally everything in it, and he thinks that I had something to do with it. Mainly because the main suspect is Mapik, which I mean, makes a lot of sense. Like, it's totally on brand for Mapik to just rob a bunch of netherite sets for no reason. But anyways, he thinks I'm doing it, and I'm panic messaging Mapik non-stop. And after a little bit, we came to an agreement. If I gave Mapik information about the APO, he'd trust me again and wouldn't kick me off of our team. So for the next hour, me and Mapik convinced Leo that I was no longer affiliated with Mapik whatsoever. And then after we got bored of that, I gave Mapik some TNT and he blew up the APO's headquarters. So in retaliation, Leowook ordered me to fight Mapik. So we start fighting and I almost die right off the bat. And then for some reason, I decide to miss all my shots on purpose, which results in me getting my totem popped and and Leo telling me to run from the fight. And just like that, we successfully tricked Leo into thinking that I'm on his side and not at all associated with Maypick. So after getting back to my base, while still in call with Leo, he begins telling me some of the secrets of the APO. Specifically, why he even formed the APO in the first place. Now, I was really curious because I figured the APO was literally just a store and had no ulterior motive. But it turns out the only reason Leo started the APO was so that he could get robbed and then start a war over it. So naturally, I told Maypick about all of this, and it turns out that the only reason he robbed the store was because a player named Parrot paid him to do it. Now, this got me really curious because if I remembered correctly, Parrot and Leowook were somewhat associated at some point. So it was totally possible that this entire thing was being orchestrated by Leo and Parrot from the very beginning. And I really wasn't a fan of potentially getting played by these two. On top of this, it was very blatantly obvious that the APO was trying to take over Spawn in some way or another. And because of those two things, I decided to tell Maypick that I wanted to go to war against the APO with him. So from this day forward, Maypick and I were devoted to each other and our goal. No matter what happened, no matter what it took, we'd kill every single individual player that has bought an APO membership, all for the sole purpose of taking down Leowook, crushing his organization, and becoming as evil as possible so I can fit in with my teammates. No matter how many hearts I'd lose in the process, no matter what methods I'd use to do it, I was going to kill every last player with an APO membership, and I was 100% certain about it. So in order to get this plan in motion, I decided to start with my first target as Planet Lord. Planet and his allies are known as the 3-heart trio. This is because on the Lifesteal SMP, every time you kill someone, you steal one of their hearts, and they choose to stay around 3 hearts. Now, because of this, Planet is the weakest member of the APO, which made him a perfect candidate for the first person we'd kill. Plus, if we were to kill him, he'd probably get backup from the other APO members almost immediately. To make things even better for us, one of his allies, Jaren, is currently banned from the server because they lost all their hearts. And today was going to be the day they were planning on reviving him. So we were going to go to the exact area where Jaren was banned, place his bed back where it used to be, and as soon as he respawned, we'd kill him again and draw out his allies. One small issue, however, we didn't know exactly where his bed was, so we just placed a bunch of them all over the place and just hoped he'd respawn in one of them. And after a few minutes, he did! So we killed him, covered his bed in obsidian, and now hopefully, Planet Lord as well as his allies on the APO should be on their way. And after a few minutes of waiting, we got our confirmation when we saw Pangy, another APO member, approach the scene. However, when we attacked him, he claimed he was only here to watch, which made it super obvious that he was just a distraction. And we found out the hard way when we saw a bunch of invis particles breaking all of the beds around the obsidian we placed. These particles obviously belong to Planet and Bacon, who managed to break every single bed except for the one that Jaren was at. So when they ran away thinking they won, Jaren respawned and was killed immediately. Afterwards, I began chasing around Bacon and he pulled out TNT and started placing it around the bed. However, because we placed water everywhere, the TNT was completely useless, but Jaren had already respawned, so we were able to kill him again. Now Jaren was only one death away from being banned, making him a lot more hesitant to respawn, which was absolutely perfect because now we could leave the bed without worrying about him getting away. So I waited until I found Planet Lord and left the bed to chase him down.
I need this kill. I want my 10th heart, Planet. Yeah. Popped him. Get him. Nice. Another pop.
He was another one. Got him! Just like that, Planet was defeated, along with Bacon Waffles, forcing our enemies to give up for the day and leaving Jaren on the respawn screen. So we decided to move on to Pangy, who annoyingly only watched the fight between us and 3-heart trio. This guy has 20 hearts, yet didn't do anything. He just said, I don't want to fight today. Anyways, me and Maypick start rushing him, and he starts running and boating and purling and boating until eventually he gets a dolphin and then swims away and makes another portal and just gets away away from us and logs out for the night. That was the most boring thing ever. Pengy is off the list. Now that I was done with a third of the APO's members, I decided to go after one of the most interesting members they had. His name was Subs, and he decided to renounce violence at the beginning of the season. However, since then, he's been dragged into countless fights and is kind of doing a really bad job at being a pacifist, I'll be honest. However, the most interesting part about him is his base. It has literally every single farm in Minecraft, and also it's super far away. Like, it's impossible to get there. Oh my god. Anyways, instead of just killing Subs, we were also going to blow up his entire base. And this idea didn't come from me or Mapic. It was once again something Parrot hired Mapic to do. Now, this was really confusing because I was convinced Parrot and Subs were on good terms. They've helped each other out numerous times in the past, so why would Parrot want to do this? And on top of that, it also kind of disproves my theory of Parrot and Leo working together, because why would Parrot want to hurt an APO member if he's working with the leader of APO? Maybe it was part of some master plan, or maybe he had nothing to do with it and it was just some random request. Regardless, Mapic really wanted to do it anyways, and in the end, all I really had was a theory, so there was nothing I could do. So I ended up just staying quiet and going along with it. However, little did any of us know, blowing up Subs' entire base would change the server forever. Anyways, in order to pull this off, I was going to blow up the base with Spoke, while Mapic and Subs had their own little duel around the explosions. So I got on top of Subs' creeper farm and began waiting for my signal. And after letting them talk for a little bit, I ignited the TNT and the entire creeper farm was gone within an instant. And as I watched Mapic and Subs fight one another, I began blowing up more and more of Subs' base. A lot more than Mapic said I should have. Hours upon hours. Thousands of items. All gone. Nearly every single farm in Subs' base wasn't functional anymore. All because of what I had done. I even got his horse killed by riding it into the center of their battle. And the craziest part about all of it was that I didn't even feel that bad. After blowing up the entirety of Subs' base, I felt as if I had accomplished my goal. After months of being on Mapic and Rose's team, I finally feel as if I can do things that are just as bad as the things they do. And to take it one step further, after a little bit of watching the fight, I decided to jump in, making it an unfair 2v1 and killing Subs within an instant. I'd finally completed my goal. Although only half the APO members were killed, I felt more than fulfilled. However, despite seemingly overcoming my insecurities, I still had a long way to go. Overcompensating wasn't going to magically make my issues with my teammates go away, and unfortunately, all of these issues would end up coming up again during our next war. And it all started a few months ago when we banned a player named Leowook. When he was killed, he dropped all of his items along with 5 hearts. Fast forward to just a few days ago, and we managed to find and kill him again. And to our surprise, he dropped 5 hearts and the exact same gear from last time we killed him. Meaning that there were now 2 versions of Leowook's inventory. And I knew right away that this could only mean one thing, that there was a way to duplicate items on this server. And the key to doing so was by losing your final heart and being banned. So, to find out more, we decided to ban our friend Mapic and see what would happen. When he died, he dropped all of his items just like normal, but when he was revived, he came back with the exact same items. Meaning we now had 2 versions of Mapic's inventory, and also had the ability to duplicate as many items as we wanted. So now the only question left was, what were we supposed to do with this power? Because now we had access to infinite items. We were now the richest players on the server and also practically immortal since we could never run out of hearts. We were unstoppable. And now the only question left was, what do we do with this power? And my teammates and I ended up agreeing on using our power to take down Leowook and his organization known as the APO, since they currently rule over the server, and that's something that my teammates wanted to do themselves. So just like that, the APO's fate had been sealed, and they were going to be destroyed. However, before any of that, something else needed to be done. Something big. We needed a vault to store all of the duped items we created, because right now we have way too much to carry. Now, this vault needed to be as hidden as possible, because if any players found this, all of us would be banned from the server. So to make sure the vault was as hidden as possible, we built it thousands of blocks away from spawn on the nether roof. From there, we began duplicating items for hours on end, and then sorting it in all of these barrels, which ended up taking more time than you would ever ever believe. But in the end, it was worth it, as we now had a very well-organized vault for us to get any items we ever wanted. It was amazing. It was like being in creative mode, but in survival. Anyways, by the time we were done with all the vault stuff, I was called for a meeting with the APO. This entire time, I've been posing as an APO member, so every time there is a meeting, I still have to attend. So I left the vault to go to Leowick's base and sit down for a meeting. However, as soon as I got there, I couldn't help but notice that there was one more APO member than usual, a player named Parrot, whose alignments recently have been a mystery. What made this really weird is that the APO had a maximum member count of 7, meaning that Leo wasn't allowed to add anybody if we had 7 members. So if Parrot was here, that means somebody has been kicked out of the APO. And I wouldn't be surprised if that person was me, as I've been spending the last week cutting down APO members. On top of that, Leowick had us sitting down in minecarts, and if I know anything about Leo, he loves trying his hardest to trap people. So there was a 90% chance that I was sitting above a trap right now. And a few seconds after making that connection, Leowick told us that there was a mole in the APO. However, instead of accusing me, he accused Planet Lord, and I immediately knew this was an attempt to put me into a false sense of security. So the second Planet Lord got up from his chair, I switched into his seat. As soon as I did this, Leo began cracking under the pressure. So Parrot had to step in and tell Planet Lord to sit back down. When he did, he asked me to go back to my seat as well. I was now 100% certain that I was sitting above a trap right now. At this current moment, my heart was racing. Parrot started mumbling about the true identity of the mole, and I knew exactly what that meant. This was it. This was the moment. I was about to get trapped. If I were to escape, I'd have to fight through 7 people completely on my own. Luckily, my teammates were waiting for me on the other side of the nether just in case anything went wrong. Nevertheless, this was the moment. Leo began making a break for my chair with a shovel in hand. I'm not surprised. After nearly passing out from all the stress, we were now fighting at Leo's base just like we planned. You see, the main reason Leowick has so many allies is because he's buying all of their loyalty with armor sets. So if we successfully destroyed his entire base, he wouldn't have the resources to make any new armor, which would in turn make most of the players on his side eventually quit on him. However, if we wanted to make sure this works, we had to defend our teammate Spoke while he blew up Leo's entire base. And this was going to be really hard because the APO members outnumbered us, and on top of that, Spoke doesn't wear any pants. So he's like a 3-shot. Luckily, I was doing a really good job holding off subs, but unfortunately, Rochambeau got quick dropped by Leowick. And just a little bit later, Mapic also fell to the APO. Defending Spoke and distracting the APO members was now solely left up to me. However, if I was able to buy enough time, Ro and Mavic would be able to re-gear at the vault and then come back and help us fight. So all I had to do was just survive a little bit longer, and eventually Ro and Mavic would be back. But things really weren't looking good for me because there were 3 people on me at all times, and my armor was on the verge of breaking. And by the time I used my last stack of XP bottles, Spoke had finished blowing up the base and went to meet Mapic and Ro halfway in order to help them gear up faster. Now I only had to survive a little bit longer, but before I knew it, my helmet was broken and I was dying. But right as I thought it was all over, Rochambeau came to the base and started backing me up. However, we were still outnumbered and things weren't looking good, as my chestplate was about to break too. And after a very long, drawn-out battle, the enemies trapped me in cobwebs around a bunch of trees, broke my chestplate, and finally killed me. Afterwards, they all scattered in different directions and left the area. The APO may have defeated us, but in the end, our mission was completed, and both sides knew that this was just the beginning of a very long war. So with our first mission in the quest to stopping the APO completed, it was time for us to move on to our second mission, which was to show the APO just how powerful we were, all with the hopes of making them surrender and hopefully disbanding their team. Now, if we wanted to show them how powerful we were, we needed to do so without outright telling them that we were duping, but instead making them come to that conclusion entirely on their own. So to string them on a little bit, we decided to go to one of their most secret bases and then spawn trap literally every single bed in the vicinity, and then leave 15 netherite blocks in a chest with a message saying 20 more for Leowick's ban. Now, I know that wasn't outright saying that we were duping, but oh my god, that wasn't subtle at all. Anyways, what we did at that base had the APO trembling, because the next day they were asking literally everyone on the server if they knew anything about us duping. And one of the people they decided to ask was Terrain, an ally of ours. So the second he got a DM from the APO, he decided to tell us, and we told him exactly what to say in order to scare the APO the most. And he could say for certain that by the end of their call, Leowick, along with the rest of the APO, were not not only scared, but convinced that we were duping. Quick little disclaimer, since there's no physical evidence of us duping, they had no way of actually banning us. So as long as the vault was hidden, we were completely fine. Anyways, now that our enemies were filled with despair, it was time for us to finish off our second mission by drawing them to spawn and then killing them. However, we weren't just going to be killing them normally. We were going to be doing so while using stacks upon stacks of god apples. You see, if we were to fight our enemies while using god apples, it would basically convince anyone who had any doubts about us duping into believing that we were duping, which would in turn make them even more scared of us and more likely to surrender and disband their team. So in order to get our enemies to spawn, we decided to hatch a little plan, which involved pretending to take Terrain hostage and threatening to ban him. However, before we were even able to set up the spawn trap, I couldn't help but notice an invis person trying to rob us, who was none other than the man himself, Leo Wook. And shortly after taking care of him, 3 other APO members began approaching us with the hopes of avenging their boss. However, little did they know, they were all walking into their deaths.
What's up, Flo again? He's got nice.
Pop subs.
Just accept the death, but... What?
Do it.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm on red alone.
Me and Ro are on subs.
I got it. Hold up.
Get him.
Idea.
Get him. Get him.
He's up.
Nice.
He's chugging gaps.
He potted me. Lava.
Frozen lava? Nah, he's done. Yeah, this is the end of you subs. I'm sorry.
He's
He's done.
Is that
He's
you?
done. That was him. Nah, he's done. He's taking it.
Let's go.
After all of our fighting, Radoons and Wookie managed to get away. On top of that, Leo and Spoke were having a meeting in the middle of our fight, where Leo essentially said that he wasn't afraid of us and was going to stop at nothing until he found our vault and got all of us banned. And after saying all of this, he tried assassinating Spoke, which didn't really go too well for him. But the main takeaway here is that Leo and his team are actively searching for our vault now. And the first place they were guaranteed to check was the Nether, so in retaliation, we began searching for them.
Someone invest. On me. In Nether.
On my way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Parrot's banned.
So, Parrot was banned. Yeah, apparently this entire time he just was playing on 1 heart. So the second Mapic hit him while he was invis, he kind of just went like... You know what else is blowing up this part of the video also? Anyways, back to the plot. It was clear to us that the APO didn't care that we were duping items and still wanted to fight us. As a matter of fact, now that they knew we were duping, they wanted to stop us even more. I mean, Leo said it himself. They were going to stop at nothing until they found our vault and got us banned. And after a little bit of discussion, my teammates and I decided that we've messed around with the APO enough and it's time we finally finish them off. It was time for us to use our last resort. It was time for us to begin Mission 3. This was going to be the biggest thing that we've done so far, and would be leaving an impact on the server that was so massive that it was practically irreversible. You see, one of the APO's main beliefs was to uphold and protect spawn, going as far as to build a glass dome around it. So in order to hit them where it hurt the most, we were going to destroy all of spawn right in front of them. We were going to show them just how useless and pathetic their stupid team was. We were going to show them the power gap between our 2 teams. And lastly, we were going to show them exactly why our team should be the ones in charge of the server and not theirs. And we were going to achieve all of this by unleashing thousands of withers upon spawn.
Oh my god, there's so many of them, bro!
They get pulled away.
There's like 10 on me. There are 10 on me. Oh my gosh, dude, I can't hear anything.
Bro, I'm literally exploding!
Oh my gosh, and now they're all here, dude.
We're gone.
No matter how hard the APO members tried stopping us, the withers were already spawned and they could do nothing but watch as the entire server they cared for was taken from them. And after it was all said and done, the APO assured us that this wasn't over and that they were going to spend the entire night searching for our vault. However, we weren't going to let that happen. My teammates and I were tired of this war, and we wanted to finally put it to an end. And the only ending we deemed fit was the ending where the APO disbands itself. So we came up with one last move. One that would put Leo and the entire APO into checkmate one last time. You see, the APO's only goal at this moment was to find our vault and get all of us banned. So if we got rid of our vault, we'd also be getting rid of their only goal, which would then render their team completely useless, giving them no choice but to disband. So that night, we gave Leowook an offer. If he were to disband the APO, we would show him our vault and then destroy everything with him. And after a little bit of back and forth, Leowook agreed. And just a little bit later, we all set out to the vault and began destroying everything. Every single barrel, all of which were filled to the brim with duped items, were now all burnt. Everything in the vault was blown up or destroyed in some way or another. The vault was completely destroyed, and in the end, there was nothing left. It was time for us to start a new era. An era without duped items. An era without the APO. And lastly, an era where my team owned Spawn and Leowook's didn't. At the end of it all, the war was over, and my team came out on top. Spawn was free for the taking, and we could finally have it to ourselves. Just like we always wanted. Leowook was finally defeated. I had won, and at long last, I was finally at peace. Or at least, that's how I wish it was. Throughout this entire war, I've had a big issue that I've been keeping secret. And that's the fact that I can't stand duped items. Something about them just creates a massive power imbalance. It's allowed us to go into battle countless times without fearing any consequences. And now that the war was over, I was glad to be rid of it. However, my teammates weren't. They decided to keep dupe stashes around the server, all so that they could continue using duped items for the rest of the season. And something about that just didn't sit right with me. And as soon as I made that realization, a bunch of other things started coming to mind. I began looking back at everything I've done since I joined Maypig and Ro's team, and I was filled with regret. All because of my actions, this server has been destroyed beyond repair. Duped items were being passed around left and right. Spawn and all of the areas around it were now just massive craters. I've destroyed multiple bases just for the fun of it. I've ruined this entire server. I felt as if everything that's happened on the server was entirely my fault. I felt the weight of the world. I felt completely alone, and I felt like I needed to do something, anything, to make up for what I've done. And that's when I got an idea. Maypig gave me the locations of all the dupe stashes, so if I went to all of them and took them for myself, I could destroy them and save the server from duped items. And after a lot of contemplating, eventually, I decided to go through with it. I felt awful, but at the same time, I felt like this was the only way to make up for what I've done. For the sake of the server, I was going to betray my closest friends. I felt horrible while doing this to them, but after all the awful things I've done to literally everybody on this server, the bases I've destroyed, the withers I've spawned, the players I've killed, finally, I'm doing something that has their best interest in mind as opposed to my own. However, things were nowhere near over yet, because as soon as I made my way back to my base, Maypig and Rochambeau logged on, and immediately, they knew what I was up to and wanted to meet me at spawn. So I put most of my duped items away and made my way to spawn to talk to my former teammates one last time. As soon as I got there, Rochambeau began questioning me. He wanted to know what I did with the 4 shulkers and why I stole them. So I explained that I needed to take the items for myself because I couldn't trust it in their hands anymore. So naturally, they began questioning me more. Why would it be safe in your hands? Why can't you trust us? And after a very long talk, I eventually mustered up the courage to tell them that I've been having trouble trusting them recently and that I want to leave the team. And naturally, this made them quite upset. So that's exactly when they revealed that they had multiple backup dupe stashes. This meant that the shulkers I stole were nowhere near all the duped items they had, meaning that everything I've done so far has been worthless, essentially. I stole those items for no reason. I betrayed their trust for no reason. I felt awful, but I also realized that that means that they never really trusted me to begin with. Both sides have done something behind the other side's back. Neither of us were in the right for any of this, and all of it is because of duped items. As we continued to argue on the nether roof, I began thinking back. If only I had never killed Leowook that day. If only I had never told any of them about the dupe I discovered. If only it weren't for duped items. As the talk went on, eventually we reached a boiling point.
I'm not gonna
What
act
are
like
the Duke
we-
items
I'm-
doing that's so
Okay.
bad?
It's just, it's not right. How are we supposed to ever lose?
How are we supposed to ever win?
If we're ever in the wrong on something, then they should be able to beat us and prove it to us that we are in the wrong.
Beat us to prove we're in the wrong.
All right,
People need to be able to beat us to prove we're in the wrong. Beat us to prove we're in the wrong, Zam.
so be it.
I don't want to do this.
It doesn't matter, Ro. He does.
We're giving everything back.
Not his duped items. I don't think he has a right to those god apples. Oh, he's restocking.
Illegal? God, we're all being illegal. I'm so sorry.
Don't let him clear all the god apples. He's still gonna sell. Nice.
And just like that, it was all over. At first, I wanted nothing more than to destroy my enemies and take power for myself. But in the end, all I wanted was to get rid of the power that I brought into this world. And now, after everything I've done, I was left with nothing. There was nobody on this server that I could call my ally, and there was no spawn for me to return to. Within 24 hours, I had lost the only things on the server that I cared for, and all of it was because of the items I duped. However, whether the duped items existed on the server or not was completely out of my control. I did all I could to stop it, and now I just want to be left alone. But unfortunately, this was never going to be possible, since my former teammates still had a vendetta against me. I had betrayed their trust, and because of that, they were gonna stop at nothing until I was dead. I had this constant sense of paranoia, making me unable to do anything that involved leaving this area. So I turned this place into my sanctuary. I built myself a castle, and I kept myself safe. This area already had a lot of meaning to me, so doing this really helped me a lot. For the next week, I was able to live here completely in peace, away from all of the conflict going on the server. However, my past was bound to catch up to me. It was only a matter of time, and unfortunately, that ended up happening a lot sooner than I would have hoped. I was traveling back to my base when suddenly I encountered him. This was Mapik, a player known for tracking down bases and then cutting down whoever it belonged to when they least expected it. And he's been searching for my base specifically since not too long ago I decided to leave his team. All because he's been using illegal duped items, which gives him the power to take down any player he wants and also makes him practically immortal. And since he was right here in front of me in the nether, he's probably here to find my base and kill me. So the second I got the chance, I began running from him to get to the end, because if I went through the end portal, I could get back to my base without showing him where it was. However, as I started making my way there, he started following me. So I just kind of acted casual until I got to the end portal, and luckily he left me alone. But as soon as I got back to my base, I was still horrified. I was so scared that at any moment he was just gonna pop up at my base. Crap. I was so screwed. I was going through like every emotion possible, just freaking out, thinking this was the end for me. And after doing that for like 5 minutes, Mapik invited me to a call.
A snitch will tell on somebody and betray them for something in return.
Yes.
But a rat will go behind his team to save his own cowardly ass. The difference is that a snitch is human, but a rat is a fucking rat.
Ah, no. Stop. Okay, wait, we can talk about this, please. Please. Probably. Good chance. You know? Yeah.
Is that necessary?
You don't want to do this to me. I bet it's right here. I'll break it. Okay, but... No, that's not nice, is it? Hey, man.
Hey, dude.
Bye, man.
See ya.
So after escaping into the nether, I decided to dig into a wall and make myself a little box. And while in here, I began stressing out. The entire time, I was so scared that Mapik was gonna somehow find me. However, things got 10 times worse when I decided to start asking questions. What are you doing?
Taking a tour.
Of my castle?
Yeah, reminds me of the season 3 one that had like a bunch of TNT under it.
And after hearing that, I began freaking out even more. Mapik was hinting at blowing up my castle, and that was the last thing that I wanted to happen. My castle, as well as the area around it, is very, very special to me. And that's because whenever I need to make some kind of important decision, or I'm feeling super vulnerable and need help, I always tend to come here, and afterwards I feel a lot better. On top of that, I found this place on my very first day of the server, and upon finding it, I was overwhelmed. It was the most beautiful landscape I'd ever seen, and it slowly, over time, became my happy place. So if anything were to happen to this place, I don't know what I would do with myself. And for that reason alone, I decided to head back to the overworld. Despite my lack of food and the massive gear difference between Mapik and I was going to head back to my castle and fight till my very last heart to make sure it stayed safe. Because my castle getting destroyed was the last thing that was gonna happen today. However, as soon as I saw Mapik, instead of killing me, he decided to give me some food.
Wow, you have seen brighter days, huh? I'm not gonna punish you for not trusting us. If I would, I was gonna kill you already. But I do want it to be common knowledge that there's no escaping. So watch your back, man.
What the? All right. Oh, that's it. What the f? You just gave me better armor. What? What the fuck? Oh my god! I can't escape! Why? Oh my god. Holy sh**. Oh my god, it doesn't even... So if you're wondering why I'm freaking out over free gear, it's because these items were duped, which, as I mentioned earlier, was the main reason I ended up leaving Mapik. I helped him create these duped items, which have now put this server way out of balance. And in order to get away from it, I decided to leave our team, abandon the rest of the server, and live peacefully and quietly inside of this castle. But now that Mapik was here with duped items to give me, everything I've done so far has been for nothing. This castle's only purpose has been ruined. I don't even want this armor. I don't even want this armor. I don't even want this armor. Do I take it? I don't know. It'd be stupid of me to take it, right? I don't want it. This is... Oh my god! On top of all the stress from the duped items, there was also the fact that Mapik could come back at any moment. You have a wonderful abode. Can't wait to visit shortly. Threats like that became more and more common, which added on to the endless stress and panic I was going through. If Mapik were to kill me 12 times, I would lose all of my hearts and be banned off of the server, which frankly wouldn't be that hard, especially since I wasn't planning on leaving this castle for anything. Mapik had backed me into a corner. I was completely trapped and there was nowhere I could go. On top of that, there was nobody to call upon, as my only ally on the server has been him. And now that he was the one killing me, there was no one to run to. However, despite how awful my situation was, I wasn't just gonna lie down and let Mapik kill me. No matter how much I wanted to run away, I couldn't leave my castle behind. So I was left with no choice but to stay here and keep it safe. Despite how powerful Mapik was, despite his infinite items and my lack of items, I was going to do everything in my power to protect this place. And if I were to do that, I needed more than half-max diamond armor. So I decided I was gonna finally stop holding myself back. I don't care about pride anymore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I will take his gear. I will take whatever I can. And with that, I began working my way towards a counterattack. At the end of the day, Mapik is just one man. If I could assemble some kind of team that could help me take him down, maybe, just maybe I could survive the rest of the day. So I decided to swallow my pride and set up a meeting with a team known as the 3-Heart Trio. They weren't the strongest players on the server, but I knew damn well they were the only players that were willing to accept me. Since, as I mentioned earlier, I used to be on Mapik's team and have terrorized practically everyone on the server with him. And luckily, the 3-Heart Trio didn't really hold any grudges and were more than willing to accept me onto their team. However, they could only hop on 30 minutes from now. So all I had to do was hold on for a little bit longer, and hopefully I'd have some allies to have my back. Oh. He's here. And just like that, I lost all of my bravery. My time was up. Mapik was here. I began panicking and scrambling for any gear I could get. I didn't have any gapples, I didn't have ender pearls, I didn't have anything to fight with. All I had was a smite sword and my netherite armor. And after panicking for way too long, eventually I decided it was time to finally go downstairs and face Mapik once and for all. However, once again, he wasn't here to kill me. Instead, he just gave me a sword and an axe and left the area. Somehow, I survived yet another interaction. But a little bit later, he came back again, this time to build whatever this was, and once again reminding me that he'd be back for more visits. At this point, I was way more terrified of Mapik than I was before. There was no doubt in my mind that he was going to kill me now. Everything that's happened so far is clearly just a slow build-up that will eventually lead to him killing me. And yet, despite the fact that there was no hope for me, I still wasn't going to give up. I still wanted to try my hardest to take down Mapik, and if I wanted to do that, I needed to gather some resources. Yet, as I began doing that, something else happened. Oh. That's not good. Immediately after seeing this, I started panicking like crazy. I'm running out of time. 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 I need to hurry. I need to hurry. I need to hurry. I need to hurry. The reason I'm panicking so much is because this visit was very, very close to the last one, meaning that Mapik was getting bored. And since he's already blown up a little bit of my castle, the next thing he'd most likely do is either kill me or blow up more of the castle. So whenever his next visit was, I'd need to fight him. So I began panic brewing as many potions as I could, but because of how scared I was, I got very, very clumsy. Oh no, this is the end. Okay, yep, that's it. Yep, okay. Okay. Wow. Hey, man. Crap. No. Oh my god. Come on. He's on me! Crap! Oh god! I fell. That's not good. No! Come on! I can do this. I can get out of this. This is nothing. Crap. Come on. I can do this. I should build a portal, or try to get to the portal. I don't know. One or the other. I can do this. I can get away. Come on! Do I want to run, though? No, I'm not running. I'm not leaving this place. I'm not going through that portal. I refuse. I'm standing my ground. Crap. Get strength. No. I just have to run out of strength. That's all this is. I can do this. Come on. Crap. It's better than me. Crap. That's not good. Boat. Uh-oh. Come on, man. The shield broke. No. There's nothing I can do. It was finally all over. We were at the end of the line. If I were to respawn right now, Mapik would just have to kill me another 11 times, and he'd finally be rid of me once and for all. And honestly, if this was the end for me, I'd be perfectly okay with it. However, instead, Mapik decided to just sit there and let me grab the stuff again. He wasn't even interested in killing me again. As a matter of fact, he decided to go as far as to say that I wasn't ready to fight him yet. He deemed me an unworthy opponent. And yet, this entire day, he's been prodding me, trying to get me to fight back against him. I didn't understand it. Why would Mapik push me into fighting him, only to go back on it as soon as he saw me making potions? What did it mean? Was there even a deeper meaning? Or was he just no longer interested in fighting me? Regardless of the answer, he gave me back my heart and then logged off for the day. And now, I was left with my castle, all alone in a place that used to be considered my sanctuary, but has now been turned into a battlefield, all because of one person, Mapik. He ruined everything that this place stood for, and I wasn't planning on forgiving him for it. From this day forward, I devoted myself to one goal and one goal only, which was to get my revenge on Mapik no matter what it takes. I didn't care how long it'd take me, as long as at some point I'd have my chance to take down Mapik, I'd be happy. So to begin working towards my goal, I finally had my meeting with the 3-heart trio. And oh my god, were they useless. They just kind of kept changing the topic and not talking about how much they hated Mapik, and I was not vibing with that. Like, that was not cool. That was not okay. So as soon as I got the chance, I kicked them out of my castle and got back to work. From that point onward, I began working very, very hard to get myself as much gear as possible. I set up an entire villager breeding hall. I brewed shulkers upon shulkers of potions. I made iron farm after iron farm after iron farm. And finally, after a whole week, I had all the materials I needed to take down Mapik. All that was left was to find him and have another fight. So I headed to spawn in order to catch him, but instead, I ran into another player, a player known as Subs. He was on a mission to restore all of the destruction that Mapik and I caused not too long ago. And he was doing a really good job. You could barely tell that Spawn used to be a massive crater. And slowly but surely, I began to feel awful. The destruction of Spawn was entirely Mapik and I's fault. And now Subs, a player who had nothing to do with any of this, is forced to clean up after us. Nothing about that was okay. The entire server now had to deal with a blown up Spawn, and it was entirely my fault. I was filled to the brim with regret. And for whatever reason, I decided to share all of that with Subs. And to my surprise, he was very understanding. He told me stuff about how he tries not to hold any grudges and just wants what's best for the server. And also that by restoring all of Spawn, things can potentially go back to the way they were before the dupe war. And I couldn't help but feel inspired. His view on things was a lot more optimistic than mine, and I wanted to be a lot more like him. So, to take my first step in that direction, I began helping him clean up Spawn. And by the time he logged off for the day, I felt a lot closer to him. I wasn't too confident, but I felt as if I could call him one of my allies. For the next few days, I ignored my feuds with Mapik. Instead, I focused solely on repairing the Spawn that I destroyed. I'd simply log on, help Subs repair Spawn, and then log off. Mapik was in the back of my mind, or at least he was, until one day while I was cleaning Spawn, him and his teammate Rochambeau began making taunts about destroying my castle. I chose to ignore it for a while, until Mapik started pointing out very specific details about my base. Details that he'd only know if he was there right now. So I began rushing back to my castle, only to find him just standing there, menacingly. Then his teammate Rochambeau showed up and started dropping him potions. So I began panic messaging Subs my location. As I said earlier, him and I weren't really that close, but I consider him my ally and was really hoping he'd show up. And thankfully, he said he'd be on his way. So now, all I had to do was grab myself a bit of gear and prepare for a massive fight.
I don't have a lot of gapples. Oh, and I'm getting crit. Okay.
Yo, what? Why do I suck? What? Oh my god.
I haven't PvP'd in like 10 years.
Crap. Subs.
Bro, what is he doing?
Subs! After that, Mapik and Ro were able to escape us in a forest. And shortly afterwards, they both logged out for the day. And although it didn't feel like it, I had practically won. Despite everything Mapik put me through, I was still able to come out on top and force him to run away from me. Granted, I had subs to help me, but this wasn't the only time this would happen, as the very next day, I did the exact same thing. In just the span of a week, I managed to flip this entire situation around. Mapik had gone from hunting me down and harassing me on the daily, to now not even being able to come close to me due to the fact that he was so scared I'd kill him. And as I'm sure you all know, I relate very heavily to that feeling. So I decided to put it all behind me. I told Mapik that there was no point in me hunting him down anymore. I've already gotten my revenge, and all I want to do now is just live peacefully in my castle. And surprisingly, he understood and agreed to leave me alone. So just like that, our score had been settled. Mapik and I had no reason to fight one another, and I could finally go back to my castle without being bothered by anybody. If there's one thing that I can take away from this entire journey, it's that no matter how tough the situation is, even when the odds are 100% against me, as long as I try my hardest and never give up, as long as I'm able to give it my all, eventually, I will be able to come out on top. But despite this realization, despite everything that had happened, Mapik and Rochambeau still wanted to kill me. They still had their vendetta against me and weren't going to leave me alone. And to make things even worse, they were going to come after me in ways that I didn't even know were possible. And this all started up again when they found an exploit to literally freeze time.
Oh my god!
This player was just slain while frozen in time, allowing the players who just did it to steal his heart without him being able to fight back. And the worst part is, the players responsible for this are Mapik and Rochambeau, two players that have wanted me dead for quite some time. And since I won the last time that we fought each other, they probably wanted revenge and were going to use their abilities on me next. However, I wasn't going to let this happen. So with the help of subs, the player that they just did this to, we were going to take down Mapik and Rochambeau and stop them from using these powers on us ever again. So to start our mission, we needed to find Mapik and Rochambeau before they found us. And we figured the first place they'd go to if they wanted to kill me would probably be my base. So we started making our way there, and what do you know? Both Mapik and Rochambeau were there. And within a few seconds, Rochambeau was down here in the water fighting us. Oh my god! He has a dolphin. Why is he hitting me? Hey.
Hey, wait, he's jumping us.
Come talk or we're crashing it. Now, we weren't entirely sure what this meant, so we just decided to stop fighting them for a moment. And after receiving a ton of threats from our enemies, eventually this happened.
Wait, is it permanently day? The sun keeps going down.
I dropped an item.
Wait, no, look at the sun.
I am. Look, it's going up.
Am I crazy?
It's going down. It's going down for me as well.
It's lagging back down.
They stopped time. They stopped time,
literally
subs. They
did
stopped
stop
time. Blocks couldn't be broken anymore. Items couldn't be picked up. And time had literally stopped moving forward. Everything on the server was frozen. And for whatever reason, our enemies logged out after doing this. So subs and I began investigating whatever it was they were doing. And through using the F3 menu, we were able to figure out that they were using thousands of entities to lag our games. And thanks to a video that was sent into Discord of Mapik doing whatever this was, we were able to deduce that they were using this weird pearl duplication glitch in order to create massive waves of lag and freeze time on the server for everybody but themselves. And subs and I quickly realized that the key to stopping them was by figuring out how exactly they were able to avoid the lag. However, before we could do any kind of digging, oh no, oh, they set it up under us. They did the thing,
I full crashed, I'm safe. I full crashed.
For some reason, the ender pearls weren't enough to lag me, and I was just able to swim away, which was insane because it was enough lag to cause subs to completely crash, but not enough for me to even be frozen in place. It felt really cool being immune to the ender pearls. However, that was very short-lived because now I had the task of saving subs. Since he crashed, he was logged out right above all of the ender pearls. So as I'm sure you can assume, if he logged back in, he'd just instantly be killed. So if I wanted to save him, I had to fight off my enemies while also trying to avoid the lag. Oh, I'm lagging now.
Oh,
he potted on me. He potted on me, but I'm able to fight back.
My game insta-crashed again.
Subs! Oh, okay, you
insta-crashed.
Thank God. Okay, I'm fighting Mapik now. Okay.
Okay, here's the thing. Are you lagging?
Yeah, I'm able to just fight. I'm just able to fight.
There might be a certain area where there's a lot more enemies loaded, so just be really careful. I'm gonna keep trying to log in.
Dude, he has more hearts than me. This is annoying.
Do you have a set spawn point? Because make sure they don't hunt me at spawn.
PrinceZam's spawn point might be inside his castle.
Zam, you might need to try and stick around the area so the NPC spawns so I can eventually log in.
I'm sticking in the area. I'm lagging like crazy now, though. Uh-oh. I'm frozen. I might be dead. Yeah, my game crashed.
Oh, wait, you're fine.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm dead.
You left the game. You're fine.
Since Subs and I both crashed, we were technically now both safe. The only reason we left the game was because our enemies forced us to, meaning this wasn't really combat logging and we were free to just not log back in. But I didn't want things to end like that. I wanted to log back in and face whatever my enemies had laid out for me. And if I was going to do that, I was going to make sure I'd get something in return. So I messaged my enemies and gave them a proposition. If I were to log in and fight them right now, they'd have to leave Subs alone and let him leave the area. And surprisingly, they agreed. So now I had to log into the server and face what was probably going to be my death. If I log on, he just kills me. I guarantee he's popped me already. Because I was low already when he... Oh, dude.
I'm gonna be frozen. I'm just gonna die.
It might happen.
Well, they try to get out. Like, don't just die. Get out!
Oh my god.
He's like, get out! He's chilling.
Holy. Okay, so I'm a little screwed, but I'm not lagging, so that's cool.
Wait, if you're not lagging, can I log in, you think?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't.
Bro has never
they're not
fought a
gonna-
Guardian Origin in his life. Oh my god.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna try and log in. I'm trying to pro. I'm good. I got him.
Get the Mapic. He's gonna run
Don't
towards getting.
follow him
towards the
that
thing.
way.
Yeah.
Don't follow him that way. It's very risky to follow him anywhere. Because he
Yeah.
can easily bait us.
Do you want to just leave? Like, the portal's right here, dog. Like,
It might be for the best. We don't know where Ro is.
So after quite the close battle, we ended up making it to the Nether. From there, Subs decided to log out for the day, which left me completely alone with our enemies. And because of that, I was starting to get into my own head. I was beginning to freak out over my circumstances. If I were to go to spawn, I would be killed immediately. If I were to go to my base, I would be killed immediately. Nowhere on this server was safe for me anymore. And fighting back against Mapic and Ro wasn't going to solve any of that. Just a week prior, I had a huge conflict with Mapic, which was basically me being trapped inside of my castle and him constantly coming to fight and harass me. And just as I'm able to finally get my revenge on him, an entirely new conflict starts where they have the power to stop time. I couldn't handle this anymore, and I wanted it to stop. And I figured the best way to do that was to beg for mercy. I was going to surrender to Mapic and Rochambeau. I couldn't handle the constant fighting. I needed to be done with this. So I scheduled a meeting with them for the following day in order to discuss something, anything, that will get them off of my back. And to my surprise, they agreed to have a meeting with me. When I showed up, I was half expecting to die immediately, but instead I was greeted by Mapic and Ro, who were both wearing no armor. The two of them were more than willing to discuss everything with me, so I began the meeting by asking them, why are you doing all of this?
Our goal is to maintain absolute power over the server.
Now, this had me even more confused. Why were Mapic and Rochambeau trying to control the server? Was this truly why they gained the ability to stop time? Not to solve some petty beef between the two of us, but instead to take over the entire server? This whole thing was a lot deeper than I initially anticipated, and I genuinely couldn't believe that that was their true goal. So I asked them another question. Why did they choose to attack Subs and I the other day? To which Rochambeau responded, it was merely a showcase of power. There was nothing personal about any of this, which meant that Mapic and Ro weren't after just Subs and I anymore. Instead, they were going to declare war on the entire server. Their goal was to take over the Lifesteal SMP, claiming every single part of it for themselves. And nobody on this server was going to stand by and let that happen. Everybody was going to join together and oppose them. And all of them were going to fail miserably considering how powerful Mapic and Rochambeau were. They could literally stop time. No players on this server were going to defeat them, especially me. And that's when they decided to give me an offer. If I made sure to never leave my castle, never make contact with any players on the server, and just stay put where I was, they'd leave me alone forever. As long as I stayed out of their way, they'd stay out of mine. And I decided to take this offer. I stood no chance against Mapic and Ro. Nobody on this server stood a chance against them. So what was the point of fighting them? I'd just lose all of my hearts and get banned. There was no point. After the meeting, I fled to my castle and locked up my gates. No players were allowed to visit me, and no matter what, I wasn't allowed to leave. The next few days went by exactly as you'd expect. I stayed locked up in my castle and did nothing but trade with my villagers. And after just 3 days, I began growing very tired of this. I felt like some kind of prisoner, forced to do the same routines over and over. And this made me restless. I wanted to see people again. I wanted to see what spawn looked like. So that night, when nobody was online, I finally left my castle. I brewed up invisibility pots just in case anybody were to log on, and began making my way towards spawn. However, when I got there, I stumbled upon something sinister. What the Are there items in there? Ender pearls, what the fuck? There's like a bunch of pearls over there. What? Is the sun moving? It is. I just slept. At first, I believed this tower was some kind of lag machine, but then I realized it was a little bit deeper than that. This tower was a non-violent threat to the entire server, a way to make sure everyone remembered what kind of powers Mapik and Rochambeau had. And after connecting all of that, I rushed back to my castle as fast as I could. If Mapik and Rochambeau were bold enough to build a tower at spawn in order to display how powerful they were to everybody on the server, then that meant that they were dead serious about taking over Lifesteal. This entire time I've been trying my hardest to deny it, but at this point I just can't anymore. In order to cope with all of this, I began writing out signs on the wall. It started out with some strategies to stop Mapik and Rochambeau, but after a bit it turned into just crazy nonsense. And after a week of doing nothing but just sitting in this room, everything took a turn for the worse for me. And it all started with Subs, the player I was working with earlier in order to take down Mapik and Rochambeau. For the past month, he's been working very, very hard to rebuild the Lifesteal SMP spawn, but now it's been claimed by Mapik and Rochambeau. So to get back the land that he worked day and night to build, he was going to duel Mapik and Rochambeau in a 2v1. But if he were to lose this battle, he'd be exiled from spawn forever. So considering it was the only way to get his land back, Subs took on Mapik and Rochambeau in a 2v1 and was defeated almost instantaneously. And afterwards, he was exiled from Lifesteal SMP's spawn forever. The worst part about all of this was that I felt as if Subs dying here was entirely my fault. If I never made that deal with Mapik and Rochambeau, maybe, just maybe, he wouldn't have had to go into that fight alone. All because I chose to hide away inside of my castle, Subs had to fight Mapik and Rochambeau in an unfair 2v1. Whenever I needed help fighting Mapik and Rochambeau, Subs was always there for me, but when he needed help fighting them, I wasn't there for him. By refusing to fight, I allowed Subs to get exiled from spawn, the very place that he spent countless hours rebuilding. The very place that he only had to rebuild because of the destruction caused by Mapik, Rochambeau, and I. At this very moment, I felt the weight of the world. All of my past mistakes were coming back to haunt me, and were now affecting not only just me, but everyone else on this server. And after realizing that, I decided I couldn't let that go on any longer. Just because of my dumb mistakes, other players on this server shouldn't have to suffer. I wasn't going to let that happen any longer. This entire time, I've been trying my hardest not to fight Mapik and Rochambeau, but after what just happened to Subs, I couldn't afford to let it go on any longer. I needed to put a stop to Mapik and Rochambeau. If I didn't, I'd never be able to forgive myself. So just like that, it was decided. I began making my way to spawn and prepared myself for a duel against Mapik and Rochambeau. A 2v1, the exact same scenario Subs was just in. And after bombing a little bit of Mapik and Ro's tower, they were both online and ready for another fight. If I were to lose here, I'd be exiled just like Subs.
Can we hear some reasoning, Zam? Might as well explain this to us since we're gonna die anyways.
I feel obligated to.
Zam, all we've done is protect spawn.
No, you haven't.
What? What have we done? What have we done wrong?
Nothing as of recent, but regardless, in the past, all the destruction of spawn came from your guys' hands.
Past is in the past. We already had a duel over this. You're just wasting your life.
The only reason that spawn got destroyed is because I wasn't there and now I'm here.
We already had an argument over this.
Spawn is not getting destroyed anymore.
Not unless you interfere and you destroy yourself. GG.
Despite how it seemed, it didn't matter if I won or lost this fight. The entire purpose of this fight was far greater than just winning or losing. This fight was a matter of showing my resolve, showing the entire server that I was willing to fight Mapik and Rochambeau. No matter how unfair the circumstances were, I was going to stand up and fight against them. I wanted to become someone that could inspire the rest of the server to stand up with me and fight against Mapik and Rochambeau. However, things turned south very quickly, as Mapik and Rochambeau weren't planning on stopping this fight until I was banned off of the server. So after I pressed respawn, I prepared myself for 14 more fights.
This is no fun. Bro, stop, bro.
How many hearts?
Bro, leave my mans alone. What? Okay, whatever.
I'm putting him to 1.
I'm on 2 hearts right now, Ro.
You want me to ban you? You're not in our way.
It doesn't matter. I'd rather be banned than living in fear of you.
You said you had to live in fear. Just live casually. We weren't gonna hurt you.
You weren't living in fear. All we're doing is protecting the server.
I don't see it that way. Neither do many people. Namely subs, as he just sacrificed himself for no reason. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
It's pointless though. I don't even want you off the server. Go help your rebellion friends.
I'm not giving up till you ban me, so...
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
I'm not giving up, no matter what. You can ban me as many times as you want.
Don't give up then. You kind of seem
You
like
made
you're
me
giving
lose
up right
hope
now.
once, never again, okay?
Oh
Isn't
my
his
God,
sword gonna
dude.
break?
Probably, yeah.
Well, I'm lagging.
Imagine he lags out and Zam wins the fight. No. Yeah, okay, let me save him.
After Mapic logged back on, Ro ended up fully crashing, so I was left with no option but to stop fighting them. However, before I was able to leave the area, Mapic gave me back one of my hearts and told me something. Something that I was never going to forget. He decided to tell me that I wasn't enough of a threat to be banned off of the server. When compared to him and Rochambeau, I was worth nothing. And in a sense, he was right. Throwing myself at Mapic and Ro with no items wasn't going to get me anywhere. So from this day forward, my only goal was to prove Mapic wrong. He claims I'm not enough of a threat to him and Ro to be banned off of the server. So if that was the case, I was going to do everything in my power to prove him wrong. I was going to make Mapic's life on this server hell. And in the process, I was going to save the server from them. No matter what kind of unfair advantages they had on their side, I was going to defeat Mapic and Rochambeau. And if I wanted to do so, I was going to need to find myself some allies. And after everything I've been through, there was only one person that I knew I could side with. The one player who wanted to kill Mapic and Rochambeau as bad as I did. Subs. The next time I logged onto the server, I decided to message Subs. I didn't give him all of the details of what just happened, but I did tell him that I was at 2 hearts and desperately needed help. And surprisingly, he decided to meet up with me at one of his abandoned bases. Oh, you're here? Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
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 You see, I want to help you, but I'm not sure if I can. I have a place, but
Yeah?
I'm just trying to think if
Yeah.
you'd fit in there, you know? Or if I can trust you fully.
To help Subs get a better grasp on my situation, I decided to explain everything to him using signs. I wrote down every single detail of what just happened to me. And afterwards, Subs had this to say.
It seems like you've been in a pretty rough situation, and you've been wronged quite a lot here.
Yeah, this sucks so much. I hate this so much. I'm on 2 hearts. Please help me.
Follow me. Now, what
Okay.
I'm about to show you, I'm showing you because I think I can fully trust you. And I don't think you're going to leak anything.
Yeah, I have literally no reason to. I don't trust anybody on the server other than you.
I've been working on a little something for quite a while now in secret. A secret based, maybe a secret organization. Something kind of
Okay.
cool.
Whoa!
Something kind of epic.
Whoa!
And the reason for this base is because this server has stolen everything from me time and time again. So in secret, I created this. This is what I call the Eclipse Federation. This is my secret base and my secret organization that I have been working on to get revenge on this server for all of the wrongdoings that have occurred. And you seem to be a person that has been wronged substantially.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I want to help you out. And I think this is the place that you should join.
Holy. Thank you, Subs. Oh my God. So now I was officially a part of Subs' secret team, the Eclipse Federation. A team dedicated to taking down the tyrants on the server, namely Mapic and Rochambeau. And if I wanted to be of any help, I needed to get myself some more hearts as well as gear. Luckily, Subs let me borrow 2 of his hearts before logging off for the day, and on top of that, left me with this awesome base, which was filled with resources that I could use to craft myself some more hearts as well as gear. And after spending the entire day grinding materials in the Eclipse Federation base, I finally got myself maxed out armor, maxed out tools, and 9 hearts, which was almost good enough to fight Mapic and Ro, but I still needed some redstone to craft my 10th heart. Oh, no, no, why, why? How? I'm lagging. No, 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 why? Why is this happening? No, what? Oh my God, no, what? No! Damn it! What the Ro's here too? Crap. Come on, just throw a pearl, please! Please! Damn it! There's nothing I can do. There's just nothing I can do. Just hold down right click and just die. It's over. It's just over. I'm dead. My helmet broke. I'm done. I'm done. My God. Oh my... How? Unfortunately, our base was compromised, and on top of that, things were far from over, as my spawn point was still inside of the base. So if I were to press respawn, Maypick and Rochambeau would be able to kill me again, costing me another one of my hard-earned hearts. And if I wanted to get out of here without dying, I would need to call upon subs. However, if he were to log on and fight Maypick and Rochambeau, he'd probably end up losing, especially considering the fact that they can stop time inside of this area. So I decided the best move that I could make from here was to respawn and allow Rochambeau and Maypick to kill me. Not only did our team just lose my entire day's worth of grinding, but we also lost a month's worth of base building. However, I wasn't going to let this loss get in my way of achieving my goal of taking down Maypick and Rochambeau. So the second I pressed respawn, I made it to the nether, got onto the nether roof, and began running as far as I could so I could start working on a brand new base for the Eclipse Federation. And after doing an entire day of building, we finally had a new area that we could call our HQ. And the best part about it was that it was built entirely by me, meaning that I finally contributed something to our team. However, I still felt as if it wasn't enough, so I began working on a secret project. A project that would allow us to take down Maypick and Rochambeau once and for all. So, have you been wondering why me and Subs are the only people getting attacked by Maypick and Ro? Well, that's because they think that me and Subs are the only players that are against them. Little do they know, after I DM'd every single player on the server begging them to help us, the number of rebels went up about 10 times or so, and everyone I DM'd agreed to log into the server at the same time to help us take down Maypick and Ro once and for all. Afterwards, I DM'd Maypick and Ro asking them if they could log on at that same time for a fight with our team, and they agreed to our request for a 2v2. Little did they know, a million billion other people were going to log in to help us kill them once and for all and take back the server once and for all. Anyways, with our plan in motion, it was time for me to go to bed and wake up in time for the war tomorrow. Except, guess what? Spoiler alert, I didn't wake up in time for the war tomorrow. Instead, I woke up to a million DMs from the players I asked to log on, asking me where I was. I was, fast asleep during that time, actually, is what happened. Luckily, nothing too interesting happened while I was asleep, so I was able to pull up and see the entire server just in one collective area. And one of my former enemies, Leowuk, decided to just give me a bunch of armor and stuff for free, which was super cool of him because, again, last time I interacted with him, I was trying to kill him. Afterwards, I got some more gear from various other members of the Alliance, leaving me with enough gear to actually put up a fight. So after gathering all of the Alliance members into one area, I led all of them to spawn, and we began our assault on Maypick and Rochambeau. It was time for us to finally reclaim the Lifesteal SMP from them. We were going to take back the server once and for all, and it was all going to happen right here, right now. Oh, bro just made a lag machine in front of me. What? He has no pearls. He has no pearls. I took all his pearls.
Who is it?
Between like that mountain grid or whatever and that like the big ender pearl thingy that he hid. I stole his shulker box and restocked myself on pearls. And now he's trying to pick up the pearls, but he can't. We're just fighting here. We're just fighting here. He can't do anything. I'm just beating him up. I'm trying.
You got it.
Get him.
He's going in the nether. He's going in the nether. He's going for the nether. He's going in the nether.
We can go to the
He's got a pop.
Yes! 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 Vindication! With Rochambeau defeated, Maypick decided to run away from the battle, leaving most players with the sentiment that this was the end of Maypick and Rochambeau's rulership. However, another player saw Maypick and Rochambeau's defeat as an opportunity to seize Maypick and Rochambeau's power for himself. This player has just declared himself as the king of our Minecraft server, and the only way to put a stop to him is by killing him and taking his crown. However, this is going to be unbelievably difficult, and in order to understand why, I need to tell you why he chose to crown himself king in the first place. You see, it all starts with these two players, Maypick and Rochambeau. Two players that have been terrorizing the server for a very long time, using any means necessary to kill every single player in their path. And with every single kill, they gain themselves another heart, making them even more unstoppable. And after showcasing their strength to a select few players, Maypick and Rochambeau chose to become the rulers of the server, enforcing their laws on all of the other players and claiming every build at spawn as their own. And after they cut down every player that tried to rise against them, the two of them vanished for about a week or so. But during this time period, another player came along, Pangy, and he chose to crown himself as the king of the Lifesteal SMP. It was practically the same thing that Maypick and Rochambeau were doing. The only difference was Pangy had a whole team backing him, as well as a crown and a prize of 8 hearts for anyone who could steal it from him. And with that many hearts on the line, there was a lot at stake. If the wrong players got their hands on those hearts, hearts, they'd become practically immortal and unstoppable, just like Mapik and Rochambeau. So to prevent these hearts from getting into the wrong hands, I needed to kill Pangy and take the hearts for myself so that I could burn them or give them to players that actually needed them. However, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be unbelievably difficult because not only did Pangy have a whole team backing him, but if I wasn't able to kill him within the next week, Pangy wouldn't be giving out those hearts anymore and he'd be king of the server forever, which was also something I definitely wasn't okay with, since I believe nobody should be allowed to rule the Lifesteal SMP. So now, with the goal of killing Pangy and only 7 days to do it, I headed towards spawn and began planning my attack. As soon as I got to spawn, Pangy was in the middle of being crowned king, so I interrupted the coronation to pull him aside and have a talk with him. I told Pangy that with 8 hearts on the line, there was no way he'd survive the 7 days. On top of that, I explained that giving 8 hearts out to the server was a terrible idea, since the last time a large sum of hearts were given out to players on the server, those hearts were used to destroy the entire end dimension and start a war. And with the way things were right now, 8 hearts in the hands of the wrong people would probably lead to the end of the world as we know it. However, Pangy didn't listen to a single word of what I said. He was confident that he could survive the 7 days and nothing would change his mind. So I decided to let him continue on with his coronation, during which I DM'd my teammates Subs and Vitality and asked them to come to spawn, because the second Pangy's coronation ended, the 3 of us would be killing him.
Got him.
He's not fighting back, he's only running.
And he's spam pearling too. He's trying to lead us somewhere so bad right now. Oh my god, this Woogie kid now. Oh my god, they are all going for me. I don't want to fight you, Radoons. You have a shield and it is annoying. This Spoke kid, bro. I'm actually going to start critting him out. I'm actually just going to start critting out Spoke. Oh my god, bro.
Are you good still, Zam?
Yeah, I'm fighting so many people, but like they're also just not fighting me, so it's really funny. I'm like scared because like there's like a million people around me, right? But like none of them are fighting me. It's just Woogie. Popped Woogie. I almost had him. I almost had him. I almost had him. Oh my god. The repotted again? I'm risking it. I'm playing way too risky right now. I can't let Subs and Vitality down. Woogie's armor is totally low, so I need more fighting, and it's only a matter of time before he starts giving in. See, the second Woogie gets low, he lures me in by making it a 1v1 with Woogie, and then as soon as that fight's over, what's it called? Pangy jumps in. They literally can't hit me. It's crazy. Uh-oh. This is beginning to like get really bad for PrinceZam.
At this point, Pangy and his teammates had been fighting me for about 30 minutes. And despite how outnumbered I was still hanging on by the skin of my teeth. Luckily for me though, Pangy and his teammates didn't want to fight me anymore. They believed that the fight was going nowhere and instead wanted to talk things out. And since I had no other option, I decided to go along with it.
See, you guys want to stop Rome Epic, we do too. The problem is the ways we get there is different. See, like Pangy never really intended on actually giving the hearts away to Mapik and Ro, right? It's to call them out so that, like, to give them a reason.
I'm just saying, Zam, I feel like we shouldn't focus on each other and focus more on our common enemy.
Pangy wanted me to focus my attention on Mapik and Rochambeau, which, to be honest, was the right thing to do. They were the real enemy here. But at the same time, I wasn't going to condone what Pangy had done today. By crowning himself king of Lifesteal, he's just as bad as Mapik and Rochambeau. And if Pangy was going to continue being the king, then I was going to continue being his enemy. So I managed to catch Pangy alone on the server and immediately started attacking him. And after 15 minutes of him just running, he managed to disappear without leaving a single trace. Now, this felt a little weird because normally I'm pretty good at tracking players. So naturally, I opened up replay mod to see what had happened, and what I ended up finding shocked me. Okay, so here we have Pangy just mining into a wall, you know, normal stuff, right? But then, after like blocking himself up, he pulls out a fishing rod and just teleports away. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell just happened? Well, you see, this is a machine that Pangy's totally using in order to teleport around the server. Basically, all you have to do is just throw a pearl in here, put a fishing rod here, run over here, go through a different portal. And as long as you never go into the nether and no one goes near where the machine is, you can just do this. Pretty cool, right? No, not at all. Because this means that Pangy can just escape from any fight that he wants, which, you know, is not ideal when you're trying to kill the guy. So if I even want to come close to succeeding in killing Pangy, I needed to find this guy's stasis chamber. So I spent all of day 3 searching far and wide, all across the server, trying to find any clues that would lead me to Pangy's stasis chamber. I tried spying on the guy. I tried digging around in the nether. I even tried asking my teammates for help.
What is happening?
Okay, I lied. I got bored and felt like being annoying. But while I was annoying my teammates, Mapic and Rochambeau logged on for the first time in a week, and they were here to reclaim their titles as the rulers of Lifesteal. However, as I'm sure you all could have guessed, I wasn't going to let them do that. Having to deal with Pangy was already more than enough, so I wasn't going to waste any time finishing off Mapic and Ro. So after gearing up with my teammates, the 3 of us made our way to spawn in order to finally take down the former tyrants.
I'm good. I just forgot that.
Get Ro. He's not pre-gapped and he's so screwed.
I fell in a hole, bro. Wait, Mapic jumped down. I'm in a cave with Mapic.
Okay, let's get him. I'm jumping down too. Yeah, no spleefing, I guess. Maybe just trying his hardest to roll out. I'm on him.
I'm in an aquifer with Rochambeau, bro.
I found him.
Wait.
Full invis.
Rochambeau just went to the nether. That's me.
Oh, I see him, bro. Yep. He's trying to spleef, bro.
After managing to escape, Rochambeau decided to log out, leaving Mapic alone to fight the 3 of us. However, due to his lack of teammates, he just ran from us the entire time. And no matter how hard we tried to chase him down, he'd still just get away from us over and over. And after this went on for about 30 minutes, Mapic decided to drag me into a call so that we could talk things out. However, this wasn't going to be just any talk. Mapic wanted to settle our differences once and for all. Now, this is really big since Mapic and I have had a very rough history on this server. At first, he was one of my closest allies, but after an incident involving duped items, he became my biggest enemy. He spent months trying to kill and torment me, as I did everything in my power to fight back against him. And now, for some reason, he wanted to put that all behind us. But after talking to him for a little bit, his reasoning became very clear. Mapic wanted to take the server back from Pangy so that him and Ro could be back on top. And if I was over here trying to kill him, then that would interfere with his plans. So to make sure he could successfully take down Pangy, he wanted to make peace with me. But what Mapic had failed to realize is that as much as I wanted to kill Pangy, I wanted to kill him even more. As I said earlier, he's been my biggest enemy for the past few months. He's tortured me, forced me to abandon all of my bases, and has killed me and my teammates on countless occasions. And now, just because it's convenient to him, he wants me to forget about all of it. But after I explained this all to him, he gave me an offer. Mapic was willing to let me kill him if I were to leave him alone. And on top of that, was willing to let me help him take down Pangy. And both of these offers really bothered me at first, because I wasn't going to kill Mapic on his terms, and I wasn't going to help him replace Pangy with himself. But then, Mapic told me something shocking. He told me that him and Rochambeau didn't want to own Lifesteal anymore. They wanted the server to go back to the way it was before there were any rulers. And the only way they could do that is if they got to the top and then disbanded their team. And at first, this was really confusing to me. But then I thought about it some more, and it made a bit of sense for Mapic and Rochambeau to want to go out on top. So after getting persuaded a little bit more by Mapic, I eventually decided to take Mapic's offer, kill him to get my revenge on him, and then help Mapic take down Pangy so that Lifesteal could go back to the way it was before the Age of Tyrants. But before any of that, I wanted to tell you guys that at the end of the year, I'm going to be building a cactus that's as tall as my subscriber count, all within a world that has no build limit. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to break it down and watch it all fall live on stream. So if you want a spot in the mega massive awesome PrinceZam cactus, then just subscribe and you'll be getting one. It's as easy as one click and costs you literally nothing. Anyways, that night, Mapic and I came up with a master plan to take down Pangy. And the first step of our amazing plan was for me to infiltrate Pangy's team. So on day 4, I had a meeting with the King of Lifesteal in order to ask him if I could join his side. Now, of course, Pangy was obviously going to be wary of me since I've been doing nothing but trying to kill him for the past few days. Which is why, conveniently, a few hours before this, Mapic would post a video on Twitter challenging Pangy to a duel, specifically
specifically a 4v4 in which the winner is crowned King of Lifesteal. Now, unfortunately for Panky, he only had 2 teammates he could actually rely on. And since the duel was right around the corner and he had a convenient PrinceZam trying to join his side, he would have no choice but to accept me into his team. And believe it or not, that is exactly what ended up happening without him asking even a single question. And now that I had Panky's trust and loyalty, Mapic and I could use it to our advantage and destroy him from within. So I spent the rest of day 4 following Panky around, and what do you know? He led me straight to his stasis room. Now that I knew exactly where it was, I told Mapic to go to it and set up a little trap for him. Because if we could kill Panky and steal the crown now, then we wouldn't even need to do the duel. However, as soon as Mapic got near the stasis room, disaster had struck and Panky was teleported into the room immediately. Now, this is really bad for me because now I look unbelievably suspicious and there's no way Panky was going to trust me. However, things got even worse because as soon as Panky was teleported into the room, he saw Mapic, dug into the walls, and then logged off for the day. He did not say anything to me. I had no idea if he was suspicious of me or trusted me wholeheartedly. And unfortunately, I'd have no idea how Panky felt for a while because on day 5, Panky did not log on once. So instead, I spent the day grinding up gear with my former teammates Mapic and Rochambeau. As I mentioned earlier, Mapic and Rochambeau used to be my closest allies, so getting to spend time with them again was honestly super fun. And despite all the times that they've murdered me, Mapic and Ro were still just as goofy as I remember them being.
I was gonna make an arena because I think Panky's... What?
I have no idea what he's saying.
Repeat yourself.
After this, Panky sent me a DM asking me for help with the new stasis room. That's right, by some kind of miracle, this idiot still trusted me. So on day 6, the two of us set out on a journey to find the most remote location we could in order to build ourselves a nice little stasis room. And while Panky was building his little machine, I was DMing Mapic our coordinates. That way, the two of us could kill Panky right here, right now, steal the crown, and avoid the duel altogether. However, while I was waiting for Mapic to get over here, Panky gets the sudden urge to log out and play marbles on stream. That's right, this kid just left the game in order to go play marbles instead of dying to me and Mapic. Can you believe this guy? However, this wasn't going to stop me and Mapic from doing something silly. What Panky hadn't realized is that he left the two of us alone with his stasis room. So we spent the entire night brainstorming traps so that when Panky logged on tomorrow for the duel, we could kill him before the fight like we've been trying to do for the past few days. That night, Mapic and I came up with a crazy discovery. If one of us were to log out on top of the pressure plate in Panky's stasis room, we could log on without activating the machine, leaving us with one of Panky's ender pearls, which we could then use to trap and kill him, thus allowing us to steal the crown without doing the duel. So that night, I logged out on top of Panky's wooden pressure plate and had to hope that when I logged on tomorrow, I would see Panky's ender pearl floating in the stasis chamber. Please be a pearl here. Mapic, it's here!
No, you're lying to me right now.
I'm not! It's here!
We win. I'm on my way.
Mapic and I's plan had worked perfectly, and now we had access to one of Panky's ender pearls. All we had to do now was fill the room with obsidian, teleport him into the room, kill him, steal the crown, avoid the duel, blah blah blah. However, as soon as we started placing the obsidian...
There's TNT above it.
Oh, it's a trap. I'm not surprised. Okay. You sure we shouldn't, like, break this or something?
Who cares? What's it gonna do?
I'm standing on a pressure plate, by the way. Like, I am about to 5v1 you. Oh, his pearl. He's here. Just do it.
Sam.
He's stasis again.
Yeah, he's a new one.
So apparently, Panky was a lot less dumb than I expected, because this entire time, he's only been pretending to trust me so that he could get me into his fake stasis room and trap me. However, luckily for us, when Panky was teleported into the room, he just wasn't at his computer and couldn't activate the trap. So now, since both teams' traps had failed, it all once again came down to the duel. However, the teams for said duel were now completely different, as I now had to fight on Mapic's side, Rochambeau was in school, so we had to replace him with subs, and then the person replacing me on Panky's team was going to be Clown Pierce. That's right, this stupid idiot guy Panky decided to hire Clown Pierce to his team. We were going against Clown Pierce. It's a Clown Pierce. Clown Pierce. Just kidding. This was not an issue because first of all, Clown Pierce washed. He don't even play Minecraft. And second of all, me and Mapic still had our master plan. Before the duel, everyone on our team put on a texture pack that changed the color of our
armor to match with our Minecraft skins. Then, during the fight, we could splash everybody with invis and still know which players were on our team and which players weren't, giving us a massive advantage and hopefully allowing us to win the fight. However, despite our advantage, my nerves were killing me. I mean, everything that I've been working towards for the past week was all about to be put on the line. And if I were to fail, right here, right now, my dreams of seeing a server without rulership, without any kind of tyranny, would never be able to come true. This was my one and only shot, my one opportunity, and there was no way I was going to let myself lose. I wasn't going to die here. I wasn't going to let any of my teammates die here. I was going to steal that crown, and I was going to free the Lifesteal SMP once and for all. And I would do so by killing Pangy and putting an end to all of this right here, right now. I got it.
Oh my gosh, I can see it.
Nice. Emerald pants, emerald pants, emerald pants, emerald pants.
Woogie running, emerald pants.
I stole his pot. He's running.
This is clown. Diamond X is clown.
Woogie's hitting him. Woogie's hitting him.
They literally do not know who's who, bro.
Bodying Woogie. Woogie is so screwed. Come on. Woogie's invis again, so he probably thinks he's fine. So, I popped Woogie again. Oh, Pangy's invis right now.
I had 6 stacks of I brought so much XP and
dude, clown is washed.
Ready?
Pangy body broke. Come on.
Body broke.
I'm aggroing. I have 4 stacks on me, and I've only used like a bit of a stack. Yo, Pangy's. Come on. Shirley.
I'm getting 3v1.
We're here with you, Parrot. Trying to get clown off you. Right now.
We just left the arena. Okay.
Nice. Clown just pearled out as well. Why do we own the center, bro?
Guys, where do they keep going, bro? Are they like restocking? Wait, is that bacon?
No way they have an extra member. No way. Who's helmet broke, dog?
I'm pretty sure that's bacon. Grab the person with no helmet.
Who's that?
Pangy's helmet.
Oh!
Pangy took off the crown!
Oh!
Yes!
Oh, we didn't get the crown.
As if that matters. Just kill them. They're down a player. Who cares?
Oh, Redu.
Bye-bye, Redu.
Oh, Redu, dude. Come on, man.
Got him again? Finish him now.
Did I hear?
Red's helmet broke! Let me kill him.
Okay, I'm gonna help you drop him. Oh, this is it.
Nice! So after killing half of Pangy's team, the duel was officially over. Pangy was no longer the king of Lifesteal, and his castle was blown to smithereens. And now, after months of giving it my all, countless battles in which I died in, and an unbelievable amount of destroyed bases, I had finally achieved my dream of ending any kind of rulership on the Lifesteal SMP. Everything was back to the way it was before the Age of Tyrants, before anybody had tried establishing dominance over the other players. And after all of this, I think finally, at long last, I could be at peace.
Zam, Leviathan was talking. We actually just do not think that disbanding is the best situation for the server right now.
After everything we've been through, Mapic, are you serious?
Yep.
We don't have to fight you right now, but we're prepared to.
Well, no, we kind of do have to fight him.
We kind of do have to fight him.
We kind of have to fight you.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, we made him.
My name.
Oh, he's plugging. That's not bad. That's something.
Like you went up.
What? What did you just say to me? It's my name.
Okay. Oh, what even is this?
Oh god. It doesn't matter where I go, they're just gonna find me anyways. Oh, they're on me still too. Oh god. There's no portal here, are you kidding me? Come on, just take me wherever. Take me wherever. Come on. I'm not dying. I'm calling the consideration. I'm not running. I refuse. I'm not running. I can fight. I'm not as weak as I was before. Subs, they walked into the vault, okay? They blocked off the door, said Leviathan is not disbanding. We need to own the server in order for things to work.
What the hell?
I'm not running again. I can't go back to hiding. I can't do this, okay? Parrot has to go for dinner, so it's a 2v2. We got this, okay?
This is gonna be a tough fight still.
Just get as much resources as you can. I'm gonna bait them out. I'm gonna turn on my second layer, and I'm gonna bait them out. I found Mapic. I'm trying to get a 1v1 with them.
Zem, I don't think I can fight. I have no XP. My armor is like, it's 80% each piece.
He even asked for the heart I got from him. Crap, I shouldn't have spoke up. I trusted him too easily.
Like a full inventory of strength, I guess. You good still?
Yeah, I'm still fighting him. Something blew up just near me. It's Rochambeau, he's here.
Okay, I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna try and just buy to fully repair my armor, and then I'll be there as fast as I can. You just gotta hold out for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Crap. Taking some hits, but I'm fine. My pro went into a portal, no! Okay, goodness, that was almost really bad for me. Ask Bacon for XP. Ask Bacon for XP if you can.
I don't know where Bacon is, but I'm coming. We don't have time for that.
One of them doesn't have fire res right now, and it's really awkward.
Are they using shields or?
Ro isn't, but Mapik is.
I see the Bastion.
It's not the one. It's not that one that's exposed. It's a little bit
close one. Just tell me your chords actually, if you can.
Oh crap! 225, 187. They're both on me. Ro has 20 hearts, so this is really hard. But
wait, Ro has 20 hearts now?
Yeah, they both have 20 hearts.
I don't know. This is not. I don't think this is a winnable thing. I think it's gonna be best to just try and get out.
I don't want to run from them anymore.
I know you don't want to run, but we literally do not have the XP for this. If they have 20 hearts, it's going to come down to who has the most XP, and we just don't have that.
I'm holding my own till you get here, subs. Don't worry.
See Cobbs here. Probably getting close.
Pushing my luck a little bit, but it's fine.
You look at the bottom of another?
Yeah, really low. Really low.
But I see your name tags.
Yeah.
I'm buying too.
They're beating me up a lot, subs. But it's fine.
Okay. PrinceZam.
Let's go! I'm gonna fight Ro in the lava.
Okay.
He's trying to go through the portal. Oh my god, he's escaping. What? He's trying to run. Just target Ro if you can. He cannot fight. I don't know why, but he cannot fight. He's trying to run. Crap, they got me really low there. They're trying to get out.
Wait, Mapik ran.
Ro's up here. I'm on it.
I see him. I'm sitting at the portal.
I threw him down. He's in lava. He's stuck in lava. Come on. Yeah. I'm on Ro. I'm still on Ro.
I broke the portal.
He's trying to place lava. Get him. His helmet breaks surely. Come on.
Maybe I came back.
He keeps body pearling. Come on.
Yeah, I'm like hard stuck in tops. Wait, he was out of pearls. That's why. Maybe gave him more pearls.
Just keep pearling. Mapik and Rochambeau managed to escape from us. Despite all of my effort, they walked out of this fight completely unscathed. On top of this, I felt unbelievably hurt. I chose to trust Mapik and Rochambeau over Pangy, and that got me stabbed right in the back. I really wanted to be on good terms with Mapik and Ro. I missed the days where it was just the three of us being Team Awesome, and while looking back at things, I had a lot of regrets. And besides my weird relationship with my enemies, I also had my dreams crushed. My goal of a server without rulership was just taken from me. I was right back at square one. Everything that I've been working towards for the past week was all for nothing. I attacked and harmed so many players for the sake of freeing the server, but in doing that, I did the exact opposite and gave the server's rulership back to the original tyrants, Mapik and Rochambeau. From this day forward, things got a lot worse for me and my teammates. I ended up losing a heart to Mapik and Rochambeau not even a day after the betrayal. The very next day, I lost my heart in a duel with Clownpierce. And on that same day, I was killed 3 times by the Leviathan, all of which happening within the confines of my home. Another one of our bases was compromised and we were forced to move once again. And after all of this, I was down to 10 hearts and completely out of luck. Within just the past couple months, I've lost 5 bases. I've died more times than I can even count, and I'm nowhere closer to accomplishing my goal. As a matter of fact, I'm further away from my dreams than I've ever been on this server. And at this point, it was all just becoming too much to bear. I didn't want to go through with this anymore. I didn't want to keep fighting. Mapik and Ro were always going to be more powerful than me. I stood no chance against them. Even with all my teammates online, they still outnumbered me. This war was going to end with me getting banned. And honestly, I wanted it to happen sooner rather than later. I was really considering giving all of my hearts to my teammates and just never logging on again. But after opening up just a little bit to my teammates' subs, he decided to leave a message for me inside of our old base. Never give up. It's... Whoa! Oh, dude. Everything's okay. Keep fighting. Believe in yourself. Zam, you are not alone in this. We are all here for you. I recruited you into the consideration because of your situation. I didn't want to see you live your life in fear any longer. And seeing that even now that is still the case fills me with great pain. I want you to know that no matter what happens, we will always have your back. We don't want you to live your life in fear. Trusting nobody forever, that is not a fate anyone should bear. So please don't beat yourself up over anything. Everything will be okay now. You have no reason to be afraid any longer.
After seeing everything that subs had written for me inside of that room, I genuinely felt moved. It was the push I needed to continue moving forward. The push I needed to never give up again. The very next day, I ran to where me and subs had set up our new base and immediately began trading with villagers all day long. For a week straight, I literally did nothing but sit inside of this basement and trade with villagers for the entire day until I had enough golden apples, XP bottles, and backup gear sets to last me a lifetime. It was to the point where I could die 3 times in a fight and still come back with a full inventory every single time. And now that I had this much gear, death wasn't an issue anymore. I finally had the confidence I needed to begin chasing my dream once again. I was going to save this server from the rule of Leviathan, and I was never going to give up until I did. So I grabbed subs and the two of us made our way to spawn in order to take down Leviathan right here, right now.
Careful the 2v1ing now. Pearl out if you have to.
Yeah.
Dude, Mavic does not like knockback, it seems.
Knockback on your sword?
No, he just doesn't like taking knockback, like, at all.
Dude, honestly, I'm just gonna try and... We need to just double up, I think, on people.
Yeah, they have more hearts, yeah. See, that's the issue. We can't really get 2v1s because we're the ones who have to run first.
Nah, if we just use enough combos, we're kind of chilling.
Crap.
Bro, popped me. Popping. Oh, I'm good.
Goodness, man. As soon as you see both of them on, you just pearl out, okay? Because our armor durability can't take 2v1s at all.
Wait, is he out of pearls?
Surely not, right? Oh my god, no way he'd try to challenge us to a fight without pearls, right? Oh, subs! Subs pearl, subs pearl!
I did it.
Subs! Despite the fact that this is now an unfair 2v1, I still didn't want to run away from this fight. If I did, I'd just be letting my enemies walk all over me again. However, despite how much I wanted to stay, Subs would not let me. He told me that staying to fight was pointless, and that if I did, we'd just be wasting more of our resources. And on top of that, he told me that as soon as he was re-geared, we could go back and fight them again. So I chose to listen to him and managed to lose Parrot and Mapic almost immediately. However, an hour later, as I was wandering through the wilderness, one of Mapic's teammates, Spoke, ended up finding me somehow. This was genuinely terrifying because I was in the middle of nowhere and I had no idea how he found me. But after attacking me for a little bit, he told me that he was bringing Mapic to our location so that the two of us could have a 1v1. And if I tried running away at all, Spoke would jump into the fight and help Mapic kill me. This was it. I was cornered. There was nowhere to run. I had no choice but to take this 1v1. And to be honest, I couldn't be happier with the situation. Mapic has been trying to kill me ever since I left his team. He has destroyed every single base that I've had since then and has killed me countless times. He even used me to take down Pangy and then immediately betrayed me. And at long last, I finally have the opportunity to 1v1 him without him running away or calling for backup. And despite his 10-heart advantage, I wasn't going to waste this opportunity. This fight is my chance to finally kill Mapic in a 1v1, something that I've never done before. Winning this battle meant everything to me, so there was no way I was going to give up or die. So it was finally time to kill Mapic.
Well, you got this, you got this. It's just like killing and stuff. It's just like PvP Legacy.
It's just like PvP Legacy.
It's just like PvP Legacy, you got this. Just click on it more. Oh, creeper. Oh. Oh, that was clean. You got this, man. You got this.
I can't get a shield pop like ever at all for some reason.
Try to use an axe.
It's not really working.
Try to stun him like axe and then double click and then...
Bro is burning down my tree. That's crazy. I'm literally a PrinceZam by the way. Let me break his shield. This is working.
Oh yeah, break it like with your durability. Oh, that would be smart.
Yeah, I'm fighting a battle of outlasting, so my inventory is full of XP pods. I'm ready.
Dude, that actually might work. Wait, Zam, that might be actually a strat.
Yeah, I think so.
You
just gotta make sure I watch my helmets. I'm gonna just keep backing up. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Thank you.
Woo! Go Zam!
His shield has to be low at this point. Come on.
He doesn't put mending on me.
That's good.
Wait, do you think that actually has durability?
Yeah.
That might be the move. I might have like an unbreakable shield.
Imagine.
Oh, watch out.
He wouldn't be purling in like this if it didn't do damage, so yeah.
Check your health. Check your health.
My health's fine.
You got it. This is it.
His shield broke. His shield broke. Here we go.
Okay,
Or he just switched off.
it.
Come on.
This is actually where you win. Oh my god, this is actually where you win, Zam. This is actually where you win. This is where you kill him once and for all. And I'm gonna be here to witness it.
He pulled it back out, bro. He still had it. Oh my god. That's crazy.
Nice, nice. It's just like PvP Legacy.
It's just like PvP Legacy. Come on.
Don't be nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. Just win.
I'm faltering. I'm faltering.
Or he has 20 hearts. It's a game of armor, not combos.
Crap.
Just don't be nervous. Just like this is just like.
I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. I can.
I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. I have to push.
Yes, girl, you got this.
I'm out of cobs.
That's fine. That's fine. It's the last thing.
If I just need him to get away, I can just pull the bow. It's fine. I can use the cobs from the fight around us. It's my advantage, hopefully.
You got this.
Pushing myself. I know my shield's low.
Did you not put mending on it?
No. My shield breaking is what got me killed in the clown fight, so.
Try it. I don't know what
It broke.
you your armor's good, everything's good, right? You're still?
Yeah, my armor's fine. Second stack of gaps out of a few. I have 3 total, so. Again, I need to stop aggro curling, bro.
Yeah, play it the long game.
What do I have left even? My fire is about to run out.
I guess fire is in the damage a little.
Yeah, but now I'm on the defensive. That's bad.
Fire is just like poison. It's like not scary at all.
I don't have more. Uh-oh. I have to fight him in the water. I don't have more fire res. Something broke. His boots broke! His boots broke!
Play it! This is your chance.
You just pearled, Mavic, come on! You just pearled, Mavic, come on! Come on! Come on! I'm out of pearls, but it's fine. Come on.
Oh, he actually got
No
this.
Depth Strider! No Depth Strider! I'm out of pearls, though, but...
Oh, is he gonna run? Oh my god, he's running!
Wait, he's running. Oh my god, wait, no.
He said, I'll accept the loss, but I'm not dying to bow spam. He accepts the loss.
We cannot lose a heart. And I'm the one who got jumped, too. That's crazy. I see him, I see him, I see him, I see him. I'm still getting him. He's restocking right now. No way. Put on new boots.
Just use those, I guess, isn't that not allowed?
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, other than I'm out of pearls. But nothing has changed. Keep my health up. I can outlast him still. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he does to me. I can outlast him.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is there a warden? What?
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die to the warden. Is Mavic just gone? I don't see him.
Oh my.
What?
Oh my.
I just popped to it!
Oh my.
So yeah, during my biggest fight in all of Lifesteal, I was one-shot by a warden. Now, in a perfect world, this is where the final video would begin, but unfortunately, even after all the work that I've been putting in, the finale video still isn't done. It's unbelievably close to being finished, and it's honestly crazy that it's been taking me this long, but to be fair, it is 5 months worth of footage. It's definitely a lot to work through, but again, I'm terribly sorry that it's been taking me this long. I really just want to get this project over and done with so that I can move on to like newly recorded stuff, since I know a lot of you guys don't like when I post events that happened like many months ago and have already been uploaded by other YouTubers. But the main point of all this is that I just want to say that I'm terribly sorry that it's taking me this long to wrap up season 4. Once I get started on Lifesteal season 5 stuff, hopefully it's all gonna be just brand new content that no one's seen before, and I really hope that you guys just end up enjoying it, because I feel really bad when people see my videos and they're like, oh, I've already seen this happened like many months ago. But of course, that's not on you guys, that's on me to like get my videos out on time. So hopefully 2024 we start doing that. We'll see. I honestly also just want to take a moment to just appreciate anyone listening to this. Like, the fact that people are here watching this, listening to my voice right now is like just still insane to me. Like, I know it's been a couple of years, but how are people watching a 2-hour video made by PrinceZam? Like, that makes no sense to me. It's so funny. Once again, just want to apologize for the constant delays. I feel really bad postponing this video as much as I have, but I also really needed to get this PrinceZam compilation video out. However, if all goes according to plan, I might be able to get the finale video out before the end of the year as well. So for those of you that are still looking for that, I promise it will be out soon. And for those of you that don't really care, I have new content on the way too, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. It just depends on how everything goes, but you know, it's life. I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. I'm really sorry, and I hope you guys have enjoyed my content. I really appreciate you guys. Like, I don't know. This has been just insane, and I'm really happy that there are people that are willing to, like, I don't know, sit here and watch my videos. Like, that means a lot to me. So seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. It means more than I could ever say, and I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your days. Hope you guys enjoy the holidays and all that. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Thank you. Thank you for everything.